If I kill that bird. Barbara, that's a bald eagle. Get away, Baldy! Yeah!
Oh, well, good evening, and good evening. This is weird. This thing is, like, really reactive right now. This is the Wort with my Bean Gubs, radio.com, and Steve and everything else, and everything's going on. You know what? It's been a little bit since we've been in the studio, Steven.
Man,
yeah,
it's been a moment.
Yeah,
been a moment.
A little bit, and I feel like I am super loud for some reason.
A lot of alcohol has gone down my gullet in these last couple of months.
Okay,
yeah,
that's good for you.
I guess I don't know if my doctor would agree with that, but
well,
what are you gonna do?
He said you were doing well, so that's why you made it Hot Boy Summer for yourself. All right. This is the Wort with Mike Pete and Steve, GovsRadio.com, live here at the biggest and the baddest comedy store in all of Long Island, Governor's Comedy Club. We are here tonight with some very special guests, but you know what we have to do, folks. And if you're listening on Spotify or any other of the platforms, what you can do is you can just fast forward for the next 5 minutes if you've already heard this 1,000 times. But we have to say, we tonight are sponsored by our buddies over at Rosie's Draft Solutions.
That's
Steven,
right.
take it away, Rosie's Draft Solutions.
Rosie's Draft Solutions is a Long Island family-owned business that provides professional draft beer system services, line cleanings and maintenance, draft beer line system installs, event dispensing solutions, and more.
No,
they are
just that.
Okay.
Well, all right.
I thought they sold cheese doodles or something on the side.
Cheese
I don't know.
doodles.
But they're passionate about
just
craft beer.
Just a bag of cheese
just
doodles.
one bag.
In.
Just
like,
one bag.
You
They drop it
clean my
off.
taps? No, I'm here with the cheese doodles.
I'm here with the
bro.
cheese doodles, bro.
God.
Sometimes the cheese balls.
Oh,
but, you know, I digress.
Yes.
They are passionate about craft beer and making sure it has the same quality as when it left the brewery, and that is only done by making sure the draft system lines are perfectly clean.
Tight.
They service the likes of restaurants, halls, events, and all other beverage establishments, including home kegerator installs across Long Island and Westchester. You can reach them at rosiesdraftsolutions@gmail.com or call them at 631-219-2075, Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mention the Wort, and maybe get a bag of cheese doodles.
That's nice. That's even Real Big Fish was like, let me stop for a second.
You had to stop for a
cheese
brief
doodles
moment.
were like,
what?
Cheese doodles? Stop the music for a minute. There's fucking cheese doodles on the line. Tonight we also, I'll call Rosie's Draft Solutions. Just do it. You already know by now if you're a long-time listener. We also sponsored by Beer Maker, BERMKR, for your at-home tabletop, all-grain dispensing, beer, brewing device, apparati. It is fantastic. Go to BERMKR.com or go to our Instagram, and in our bio there's a link in our link tree to get your 10% off your Beer Maker. We're also sponsored by Brewbag. Brewbag for your beer pong cornhole. Did you take it out all this summer?
Bro.
Yeah?
I destroyed people in Brewbag.
What do you mean you just destroyed people?
Because they're not sure, you know.
You threw the little discs at their face, didn't you? You didn't even play the game.
You hit them in the chin.
Oh, God.
And then
that
you
hurts.
chuck the bag.
That sucks. Oh, go to no, don't go to Brewbag and just buy them to hurt people. Go to Brewbag. So you play beer pong cornhole. Go to brewbag.com. And also, there is a link in our bio of our Instagram to Linktree. And you can go to your own private page where we have discount Brewbag apparati.
Apparati again.
Also sponsored finally by Brewers Hardware. Brewers Hardware for your large capacity or small batch needs. Go to brewershardware.com. They're the ones that help us out by supplying back some swag for our guests in studio tonight. And of course, we do have some guests in studio tonight. Let me introduce you to people you probably already know. And that would be our buddy That's Ken. That's from Secatogue. That's Larry. That's Spider Bite. And there is Manny from Lithology. What's going on, fellas?
Boys.
Hello.
I am. I'm sorry, I'm loud in my mix here, but I'll balance it down once you guys get going here. So you guys are in here tonight to represent Long Island Brewers Guild. Now let's start with how that got started, because there was always like this thing that was happening as more and more breweries were opening up, and as we were looking, I was looking through the Instagram again just to kind of refresh my memory of you guys. It really didn't start right away with a lot of, like, let's say the second waves of Larry and Steven and stuff like that, and it was mostly coming through in like the later years, and not, let's say pre-COVID definitely, but
Yes.
you guys were not so much out there as like this Long Island, beer and malt enthusiasts or anything like that. It was kind of more underground just for you guys. So tell us a little about how all the Long Island Brewers Guild kind of meetings started and how things got going.
It started when it first started. It was to help the breweries, like, help each other, and if there were questions that needed to be answered about just guidelines and laws and all that. And then as more and more breweries kept starting, we decided it would be best to help it advertise all those breweries. So that's the main goal, is to show Long Island what breweries
Is
are
there
around.
a president? Are you founding?
No.
There's
Not
a there's a
founding, there is
board.
president.
There's a board.
There
that
is a
gets
board.
voted in. Yeah,
You guys,
we got two members right here.
right. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go treasurer. Treasurer. All right. I
Yeah.
was close. Vice president?
Somehow, yes.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah,
I knew there was a treasure in the house. But you, Manny, you kind of took
Well,
over a lot of the marketing of
yeah.
the social media content.
2 years ago, I got nominated to be the head of the marketing committee, and because I have so much time in my hands, so somebody seconded it, and then I've just kind of been in
You're like,
that
"Don't."
position. So we were just coming up with different ideas how to market the guild and also the members of the guild. But yeah, a lot of it is also we do have meetings, and
Yeah.
and like we share a lot. We learn from each other, maybe sharing some experience of like some malt that's working better than others, or just like people to deal with, ADP, whatever, like payroll stuff, insurance
So
stuff.
that's what I
So
was saying. Like, it kind
yeah.
of started out like you guys just like a brotherhood of Long Island brewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a branch of the New York Brewers Association, right? But
Right.
it's like the Long Island,
Long Island chapter.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
chapter of
Like,
the-
so, there's a lot of us, and just waiting for New York Brewers Associating meetings wouldn't really help us. And then we all kind of get together, and
Right.
there's an agenda, and we do that. And then there's this big thing that we're doing with the marketing this year.
The agenda
But-
is to meet up at somebody's brewery and drink all their
Drink.
beer. That's their,
Yeah,
usually
no,
their
Steve,
agenda.
it's got, like, I remember you were at Lithology one time when we hosted, when you still had a place, and like we were working on insurance, like group insurance.
Yep.
Well, the New York Brewers Guild has that now, so like it is also meant to, like, find out what's going on with the state and any laws that could actually affect our.
So to clarify
You know.
your statement, for the first half hour of the meeting, there's real talk.
Yeah.
Of,
Oh
like,
yeah,
real
they
shit.
actually do. Like, you learn shit.
And
Yeah.
then the
And
drinking
then-
commences.
and then
Right, right.
Yeah.
There have been many times. I won't mention names, but we know who they are, and you're like, "How the fuck did you get home, bro?"
Yeah.
I didn't. I just went back to the brewery. and
When did
fell
it start?
asleep.
When was the first official kind of grouping? Or
This is way even before Lithology.
I think Blind Bat was part of one of
Wow.
the original. Like, it's been a long
so
time.
when they were in Taste of New York, or when they
No,
finally
no,
got
no,
up
no.
to
I
Centerport?
bet you 8 years.
I was
Reach.
going to say, I would say it's at least 2014, 15, right around there.
Yeah, it was
Everybody
around
kind of
that,
was
yeah.
like, hey, we need to really just get together every
Yeah.
so often and try to do something. And again, try to, you want Long Island to be a destination
Right.
that people are going to come. And obviously there's more than one brewery on Long Island, and you want as many people to visit as many brews as they can.
Right.
So
Well, I want to take that opportunity of what you're saying, Steve, to kind of talk a little bit about this summer. 'Cause it's been an odd summer, in my opinion. I've been so busy this summer, and we'll talk a little bit more later when we get some beers in us of what we've been doing. But it just feels like, not that it was stale, but it wasn't quite like the tourist destination this summer that it usually is, let's say post-COVID, because last year was hopping. I feel like there was a lot more festivals. I think we're getting to the point where, you get your Live at 5 on Mains, or like, you get it.
Every
you understand
town
it.
is doing them now.
Yeah, and it's not as new. It's not as hip and whatnot.
I like to say the new word is fatigue.
Yeah, okay.
I think,
yeah.
There's so much to do that everything's so spread out. You think that there wasn't much going on. It's just that there's so many different things going on.
Right.
Maybe you went somewhere and was like, didn't seem like that happened. That's because they were at somewhere else yesterday,
and maybe they
didn't feel like coming to spend the money today.
Right.
Well,
maybe that's the perception, right? I mean, not that I felt that I was feeling stale, because I didn't get to go out all that much this summer like I usually do. But I feel like if I pass like Town of Babylon, right, and they had their Main Street thing, wasn't as bumping as it used to be, and I'm like, where's everybody?
Well, that's because like,
and
now
then
you
not
got
the beach,
so many.
on my way to the beach, right?
And
You got so many now.
I noticed it was Music on Main. It was Park After Dark, and I think
After Dark.
In Massapequa.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And then I want to say it was also Live at 5.
Yeah.
All were on the same day.
Yeah. So like I've noticed that because Farmingdale has Music on Main, and we've been doing it since we opened there. Our first day being open as a new tasting room was the first Music on Main.
Jesus.
So I could compare like what we were, what the visits were. Forget about what we made, just like the amount of people.
Yeah.
And it's
Foot
like
traffic.
way down. Like
Yeah.
even at like, I used to have 4 bartenders on, and now we're like, we could kind of get away with like 3.
Yeah.
With a floater. Like, so like that's a lot. Even though it's great and it brings people into the town, it's just not the same. Like, you got all these. Now it used to be like, oh, we used to go with, it was Patchogue one week, Farmingdale the next. Now it's like, well, there's no way not to overlap.
Now, you think it's a town thing? Are they not coordinating it on purpose?
Well, they're not talking to each other.
They don't
Yeah,
even
no,
give a shit.
yeah.
At this point, how are you going to coordinate that?
What if
And it's
What if like
sometimes
and something like a Long Island
With
Brewers
weather.
Guild that right? That's true too.
it winds up. I've
Yeah.
noticed
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
spotty too. Yeah.
Something happens. Oh, we had to cancel today because of weather, and now that rain date is the same date that is originally,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music on Main.
But I'm not saying like you
Like
guys
if there's
would
like
be
a
in charge
mayor's
of it.
guild.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
And they're
all
like, listen, you take this, so we all kind of make the
Yeah,
money.
I'm sure they can talk. I mean, you don't think they don't talk? You
No,
know,
they do.
They absolutely do. Why wouldn't
I
they
know they do.
coordinate that? Why? Would they
I
just,
guess that's just like more work.
it would be
in-
better for them and their
absolutely
town
would.
to have it not happening on another day, and it'd be nice to be able to visit. In a week, maybe 2, and not have to decide between those 2 on the same day of the same week.
Yeah, maybe we could sit down with them and start it all in May, and then just like be like, all right, all these towns, let's go, let's
And you
sign
could
up.
probably go right through November. I mean, there's been really nice days in November where
Absolutely.
you could have outdoor stuff going
Sure.
on. I mean, even like the Jones Beach schedule goes later and later in September now because it actually is nicer in September than it is back in May.
Sure.
So it's one of those things. Like I just feel like there could be more, leadership somewhere that can take control of things like that. And that's just one of the things. Like all the Main Street based parties and festivities. There's many other things, and you guys,
I mean, you could
as the Long Island
you could
Brewers
start
Guild,
talking about like beer festivals too. Would have to start talking.
and
to each other,
I was
too.
just about to get to that
All right.
because there have been definitely things that have been on the same day, and I'm like, I don't want to choose. If I want to do both, I want to do both.
Yeah.
I was annoyed that I couldn't. There is.
Like this month, I think every weekend we have one.
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, and we had to start saying no to some because it's just a lot of I mean, you guys know it's a lot of product to have aside, and like also coverage, and like, oh, how come you can't make it? Like, I don't know, I need a day off for a second. Like, I was just at 4 of them, and
I remember August was Martha Clara, Heckscher. Like that was it.
Yeah.
And those are 2 you would go to, in that later summer years. And now you got, all the little ones that are trying to all do the same thing. And
Well, I think it's
tougher.
also like it's a way to make some money, some cash,
Of
right?
course.
And also like the little ones can like create some sort of like experience for their clientele and stuff, so they see it and they're probably like, "Oh,
I'm
man,
not
look at these guys! They
downplaying.
made so much. Let's do it ourselves." And it's like, yeah, that's great, but then when it comes to like now everyone's doing it, you're
Yeah.
gonna lose. It's going to
That's what I'm
be-
saying. I'm not downplaying the smaller
of
guys
course.
doing it.
No.
I'm just saying let's coordinate that a little better in a way where it just makes more sense. 2 a month, I think, is plenty.
Yeah.
That's enough for, like you said, the fatigue of someone average drinker like myself that would, visit a lot of these between Nassau Coliseum and that's enough. And if I miss one that month, okay, like that.
Can I ask you a serious thing?
Yeah.
Which, if one had to go, big one, which one would you'd be okay with?
No offense, Andy from Starfish, but Coliseum's got to go.
Okay.
Coliseum's seen better days. I like that one.
But
I really did.
all around, as the beer world in the United States, all attendance has been down. to
Yeah,
festivals and
yeah. I
stuff,
just
so,
think that one again.
It's huge. It's almost too big. It's not.
It used to be better.
Yeah.
It used to be better. It used to be the breweries that were there where you just were first time experiencing it. Now that also we can say has to do with the timing of when new breweries were opening and you go in, you're like, 1940s. This is, Charlie and that's the first time I met Charlie and his son. And I'm like, I've never had their beer. This is awesome that they're here. Those kinds of experiences you don't get anymore. I used to like the International Beer Fest there because they do it twice a year. They do the local craft expo and then they do the international. The international was awesome. And when you had other people like Long Island that would set up, speakeasies in the middle of the Coliseum, and those were cool times. Those times aren't here anymore.
Yeah, I think again that's fatigue of us too, right?
It's
we've
just
got so
everything.
many, and it's okay, another one. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I got to get the jockey box. I got to get the courage. And when you first did it, you were like, let's go.
Everyone's
pull out all the
yeah.
stuff. Now it's like,
guys
okay,
have road
another day.
beers.
And you're just looking at your phone, trying to when is this over? When is this over?
Yeah.
Which is sad because then it kind of
it lost its.
you
its
lose the passion
sparkle.
that way too.
Yeah.
Because it becomes more of a business in my opinion. But
What's one for you guys, festival that you look forward to?
Personally,
Yeah.
I like the one at the Fire Island Lighthouse.
Yeah.
It's the Keeper's Craft Lighthouse.
It's coming up.
End of September, I believe. Right?
Yeah,
Is
you
that
guys.
invite
27A
only?
was
Is that
always
invite only?
OG.
It's a small. So they're
Yeah.
super.
Wow, you.
He just is like, I don't want to
not
go
in
any more
charge
beer
of that.
fests. He's like,
No,
wait, can I get in
no,
on that?
he's-
I don't get invite. No.
No, he's really got a chip on his shoulder today.
That
He was
one-
out in the parking lot complaining about people like, boy, fuck you, you don't invite me, fuck you then. I won't mention names.
I
but
found that when you say once, they won't invite you the next year. So it's
this is true.
yeah,
Because they don't want to get the no again.
Right.
yeah.
They don't want to get the no again.
So Ken, you like that one because it's
So that they're limited to what they can do there because they have to deal with the National Park Service.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So every year they're pushing for more and more and more.
And it's a cool spot over there. I've
You're
been
right
over
at the
there.
base of
yeah.
the lighthouse.
Yeah.
It's super cool. It's again I think last year there was 300 people there.
You're on the beach. You walk right down to
Right.
the sand if you want.
And for
Yeah,
being
just
as
a few
close-
breweries.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. And being as close as we are to that,
I'm gonna cry
it's
again,
in our
but-
backyard. It's super cool. For that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. What other one do you like?
I like Bats and Brews.
Bats
Yeah.
and Brews. I have
That's
personally not
always been
attended.
my favorite.
Personally not attended, but this year I'm there.
You guys, you never had beer there?
Oh, we've been there.
Yeah,
I
but you didn't get to
personally
go. I
have
was
not
about to say,
been
I
there.
knew I saw you at one
We've
point.
had many good times. at Bats and
That
Brews.
was one of the ones that Pete and I early on were like, we want to get in there, and we were talking to Joe Abruzzo about a contact, and he gave us a contact, and we didn't get back to them, but we wanted to get in on that one. That one was when we were starting up. That was one I was like,
Yeah.
that's what everyone was talking about.
When
like,
they
Bats and
first
Brews,
started
was
that,
there.
the first 2 years, I couldn't be there, but I gave them beer,
Okay.
and it was Blind Bat, you, me, not many breweries.
Yeah.
No.
Port Jeff.
When it first started, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, because it was a cool freaking concept.
it was such a
People
great,
having a great time.
such a great time,
That was the feedback,
and it
that's
was,
why.
and it always sold out.
Yeah. And
like
again,
always.
limited. I think that helps too. If you limit tickets, like you said, small, 300 people, it's exclusive. A certain amount of.
And the thing too is, it's like for a good cause.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the money, you're not like just giving away free beer and not getting anything in return. It's the profits from these tickets are going to help, conservation and
Right,
all
right,
that.
right.
So it's
That's the same with the lighthouse. It's going to the Lighthouse Preservation
Right, yep.
Society, which I don't know if you've seen it lately. It's kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
they
wow.
need it. They need
Yeah.
it, which is great.
I took my kids there one fall or spring, and my wife was away, and first time and ever been up to the top of the lighthouse. It was
wow.
really freaking cool. And you could the things you could see. That's what was
Sure.
amazing. It's just the barrier beach. You could see the sound. The sound. You could see the Great South Bay. You could see the ocean. Yeah, it was very cool, and it's a cool spot. It's a cool spot, and a lot of learning, a lot of education there too, and that was the key. Larry, what about you?
He said blind bag.
Yeah. Oh, but I thought
not
maybe a
blind
second
bag.
one.
Oh, yeah,
That's
second one.
Bruce.
Bats and Bruce.
I like
That's a reason.
the TCB's Indie Cast Fest is one of my favorite ones to go to because I get to just we get to hang out because there's people who pour. So you just first of all you get crazy with the cast and then you just hang out and everybody's not in work mode. So I like that one.
And it's not like the Blue Point Cask Fest where there's way too many that you could. Yeah. You're never gonna try them all.
Yeah, exactly.
That one.
And I like the Long Island Brewers Guild Farmers Market festival as well.
On September 10th.
September
Well, that
10th.
one's a little different.
Yeah, that one's their second annual. It's awesome because you get to taste before you buy. So this is a little shameless plug right there. But
There's one in Lindenhurst coming up as well. Is
Yeah.
that the one you're talking about?
That's what we're talking
Yes,
about.
that's what we're talking about.
It's only $20, and you can just sit there and
$20
drink.
you can.
First 300 people get a tote bag.
Ooh,
Yeah.
little Long Island Brewers.
Let me guess, Larry, did you get
Guild?
those tote bags?
We're gonna have a couple of merch shirts too available.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Well, Jones Beach is going to be right behind you with 1,000 boxes of merch.
yeah, of course.
The merch masters.
The merch masters of Long Island.
Yeah, there's gonna be 20 breweries from the Long Island Brewers Guild there. Taste before you buy. 4-packs to go. The whole idea is to fill that tote bag.
Ooh.
So we had it last year. It was a great event for the guild. It was one of the first events to market the brewers of the guild, breweries in the guild, and
We had about 500 attendees.
yeah.
Wow, there was that many?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
So I mean,
I think we'll be more prepared this
definitely.
year.
And to backtrack a little bit about what we were talking about earlier, the guild's been around since 2014.
Right.
It was only about 2.5, 3 years ago now that we really wanted to push and I guess get the word out there about the guild. Just to other breweries because we had a low percentage of membership compared to the
Compared
number
to him, yeah.
of breweries on the island, and we just wanted to show a reason why these breweries should join. So there were collab beers in the past, and it was 2 years ago that we really wanted to focus and do one well-executed event and a collaboration beer, and we did both of those last year
For Long Island Craft
for the
Cares.
Long Island Craft Cares.
Oh, yeah.
And both events, the event and the beer, both came out phenomenally. And
I
we're
remember
repeating last
when
year.
that was a big thing too. You got your glass, you went to your bars and restaurants where they had it on tap. You got your cans.
Yeah.
What was it? You donate food for a can? Was that one? Or was
we
that something else?
Donate money to the. Oh yeah. That was the can for a can.
Can for a can.
Yeah. I don't know if we did that this year.
No, it was
we
just
did
the
it this
monetary.
year.
We
Yeah.
retired
That was how it was years
1,000
ago.
cans
Yeah.
sitting
Yeah.
there for months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
box.
it being, and again, this is going to the hidden treasure concept, right? It being like an event or an adventure that you can do, something to do over the course of time.
Yeah.
And that's brought people like me out and wanting to do things. As much as we were talking about before about the festivals and everything, this is one of those things that you guys are putting together that it's going to bring a little more excitement and activity to, the craft industry here on Long Island. We'll call it that.
Yeah.
I-
So as Ken was saying, was first our agenda was get more membership, and then do 2 big events, and now it's okay. So now what are we going to do? What can the guild do together? Bringing more, I guess. Awareness, yeah, to all the breweries on Long Island. What do we have? Don't we have the most per capita
Yeah, in New York State.
in New York State? So we got a lot of good. I mean, you guys know we have a lot of good liquid out coming out of here. So how do we do something to get people to keep coming to Long Island or trying other breweries also?
Get
So-
people out of their comfort zone and out of their semi-local bubble and traveling around the island and trying something new.
So speaking of that, Think New York, Drink New York app, to me, since day one, was my key to all my New York State breweries. And I've used that still to this day. Actually, this past weekend, I went to 2 of them. I went to Southpaw, which I didn't even know existed until, a month ago. Interesting. And Freedom, which I actually ended up not staying there and went to 1940s, and we stopped by, but our wives called. We were leaving 1940s to go to Spider Bite, and they were like, "You need to come home." Like,
She's like
they had all the kids.
She's like, I see
every
you on
bit
the
of
New
it.
York app.
Yeah.
I see where you are. Get in your car and come home.
God damn it.
Yeah, Southport's, I heard it's a really nice looking brewery.
It's let's
So-
say Applebee's meets a brewery.
I hate that it's called a brewery.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
a
Restaurant.
But all right, so
I'm not
here's-
saying
it's
anything
misleading.
bad about
No,
I
other
can.
breweries.
I can.
the beer was all right.
It's misleading.
They contract their beer.
yeah,
through
that's
Oyster
fine.
Bay.
Yeah.
which
It is
is
Oyster
fine.
Bay, yeah.
I mean, there's different
But
ways. There's different
but don't
forms.
call yourself a brewery. Call yourself a brew pub.
right.
Okay.
Which is their focus anyway, because they have a lot of craft cocktails. Like
Yeah.
that is there. Everyone had a cocktail. My buddy and I were the only ones with beers. I'm like looking around like, and it was Barbie brunch. And it was a
so-
great concept.
so
great concept. There are 1,000 people there.
An article came out months ago about them opening up, so I wasn't surprised about the whole concept because it was just, they found a spot that they know that a mall was a strip mall.
It's
or something was building
it's
it.
such a
They said,
weird
"We-
thing.
They're
It's
like, we need to have this here. We know nothing
Isolated?
about beer or restaurants, but we want to invest in it because we know it's doing so well.
it's
So,
isolated. There's
Yeah.
nothing around. You have your own on and off ramp of the LIE.
Yeah.
It's all young professionals in condominiums. There's a Walmart.
There you go.
There's a
They
couple
did their
of-
research.
Yeah,
Let's just
they're
tell
the
you that.
only restaurant in that little
Wow.
residential
Yeah,
area.
It's great.
But it's mostly cocktails and pizza and stuff like that. So it didn't feel like a brewery, except for they had their own beer, which they had a good line. They had like 10 beers or something like that. I was like, okay,
Yeah, and they have that
Yeah,
tap
the-
system right from the bottom.
yeah.
Oh,
It fills
yeah.
up from the bottom.
That my friend lost his mind. He's like, I've
Oh,
never
I
seen
s-
anything like this. I'm like, really?
They have it at the Westbury Theater.
Oh,
Yeah.
do they?
They have that,
Yeah.
and a couple. I saw that at on a documentary of the kid who invented that. It's crazy.
I had seen it at CBC,
Yeah, yeah.
and I just kept looking at it, and I'm like, all right, I know I have enough asshole friends that when they're drunk, we'll be going,
the little thing. Yeah.
You know.
Oh no, it works. I did it.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I did. I was like, poop. Okay, it does leak out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you got to be
It's
really
great
careful.
advertising because you get to keep the little cube thing at the end.
Oh, do you? I didn't even
At
bother.
Westbury Theater, you could sponsor
like a
it,
QR code thing at the
Well, it's
bottom,
like
right?
Yeah, because it's magnetized or whatever. You
Right.
could just take it and keep it as
Huh.
something. So,
I didn't even know that.
and put it on their fridge or something.
It was all right, again, just going out for the experience, out of my comfort zone, didn't know what to expect, pulled up and went, oh, okay, well, it's not what I thought it was going to be. And
People are liking it though.
it was all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, would I go back for just that? No, I would go back for maybe a meal for pizza. I didn't try any of the food or anything, so
I
that's
heard it
the
was
only
really good.
reason why I would go back. But they had a fire stoked, kiln and
oh yeah,
brick
Brick
oven.
oven, yeah.
It didn't look brick, it looked tile. But yeah, it was still a cool concept, I guess. But again, you're right. It should have been. It's the marketing is not there for a brewery, although it's called brewing company. So I know.
That's
Well,
just me. It's just
No,
me.
and I
It
don't.
annoys me.
And I don't think you're the only one. Trust me. It's nothing bad about what they're doing. It's just not what I would expect from that. I expect to walk into Spider Bite or 1940s, and that's what my brewing company is going to look like, right? I'll turn your mic off there. Oh God, he's
Because
dying.
it's water.
He's dying. Yes. Speaking of which, we need beer. He's got to wash it down with some beer. Oh God.
There we go.
Okay. You play the tune that brings the beer.
What do we got, Larry?
There it is.
Ooh, there it is. Larry loves the logo. Like you really put the Long Island Brewers Guild logo like big in that. It's
Hell yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
We did a label, and we did a Worttoberfest that
Yeah.
did not come out correctly. And I had the QR codes about that size, but we printed on 12-ounce cans.
Oh wow.
So when I got it, it was like this big, and I'm like,
Oh,
God
no.
damn it! It still worked, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but you
God.
can't really, yeah.
Tried that, it was worth the effort, but the beer wasn't worth the effort. That's for damn
That was
sure.
a nice one right there. Ken.
there again.
Yeah, no. Our audience has heard that story one too many times, I think, at this point. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about the breweries associated with this. You guys said it. For a while there, your focus was on membership. How does it look today? How many breweries are associated with Long Island Brewers Guild?
That's a Larry question.
That's it.
Larry knows.
Let me get my
that.
notes out.
No, it's like 40,
Wow.
I think. Maybe.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Now, like breweries, like let's say, even as far as like Southpaw, that contract, are they still eligible to be part of that, even though they don't have their own space? People like, let's say,
You have to have,
Springs or
Now we're getting into bylaws.
yeah,
You have to have a brewing license. So
You
I
have to
don't-
have a brewing license, wholesale. It doesn't. You don't have to have a tasting room.
No, you don't.
No.
No, yeah.
You could be a brewing and
or
planning as well.
wholesale.
So something like Lloyd Harbor or Shelter Island, they have their license. They could be part if they'd
Right.
like to.
So
Not
I
that
don't
they're
know
brewing
if-
beer,
I
but
don't know if Southpaw just has a restaurant license.
right. But
what I'm
right, because their
wondering.
contract. Sorry, I didn't leave you on. Okay. You were choking. I left you off.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
No, I am.
Okay. all right.
Well, I gotta get a beer.
Yes,
so.
there you go. So it's really just eligibility is a matter of the licensing that they hold.
Yeah.
So 40. I mean, can you name 40? Can you name 10?
Sure.
There's
Whoa,
3 here.
bro, yeah.
So you're
should-
30% of the way there.
I could pretty much name at least 20.
Ooh.
Is
Anyone
this
want
a
to one up them?
contest or
Yeah, anyone
something
want
like
to one up them?
You got a big clock?
You
somewhere?
You got that one. It doesn't really
Here we go.
do much.
I mean, I could start.
Yeah,
it's,
pathology,
Lithology. No.
spider bite, Secatogue.
It's Bright Eyed, Long Beach, Necromatic Brewing Company, Jones Beach Brewing Company,
Dubco,
yeah,
TBC, GSB, Ghost.
South Shore.
Jamesport,
Oh, GSB, isn't it? Nice. All right, good.
Jamesport, Blue Point,
Greenport.
Port Jeff.
Port Jeff,
Jeff.
You going
West
by
Hampton
ports?
Beach.
West Hampton Beach, yeah,
Uber Geek.
Uber Geek. We're looking at the map. Of
Yeah,
the,
that's I'm doing.
First,
the
I'm
math in
doing
my
the
head.
who's part of the
Yeah, right.
treasure hunt.
Two
And like-
Two
and then like
Haven.
You start out east.
Barn Shed,
Barn
Barrier,
St. James.
Motion. No, Motion's not.
Oh, by the way, I passed St. James's production facility. I didn't realize it was in that same area.
Yes. Oh, by Freedom.
I didn't realize it was right there. Yeah, it's right next to it. I'm like,
Take
wait.
Two.
Yes. Are they open yet?
No.
No.
God damn it.
Beaver Dam Brewing in Islip, West Islip,
West Islip.
No.
No. No.
Maybe
East Islip?
East Islip.
Are they producing beer?
They will be. There was a couple. I was talking to them at the last meeting, and there was some thing with the town and private road thing, and they were trying to make him.
Private road.
Yeah,
Where
they
are
were
they?
trying to make him do a thing. They're having issues opening, so
Jesus.
I think there's just going to be a
That's what happens when you're in the ice slips.
yeah.
In the slips.
Don't I know it?
Yes.
What else we got?
What are some of them? other breweries?
1940s.
Yep.
Pretty
Squarehead
selective.
join in?
No.
I don't know about this year.
Hmm.
We got to
Said
look.
Garvey's. Did I say Garvey's?
cheating.
Garvey's.
Garvey's Point.
Jamesport.
Yep. I just
Twin
had somebody.
Forks.
Did we say?
San
Twin
City.
Two Havens.
Two Havens.
Two Havens.
Yep.
27A.
20. Not this year.
Oh,
Lost
well, they're
Farm.
not
He
the
was
treasure hunt.
busy.
Lost Farm.
They're not on the treasure hunt, but I'm not. Lost
Meadworks.
Farmer, Meadworks,
Mariches.
Mariches.
Riches for the bitches.
Old Tapping.
Old Tappin'. That's the other one.
Old tapping.
Boy. Sin City.
Barn Shed.
Oh, San City got in. Okay.
Six Harbors.
Yes.
Squarehead, yeah.
Did
Sum- Somerset.
Harbor Head get in?
Oh,
Somerset.
Somerset.
Oh, Somerset. Yeah. Harbor Head get in?
No.
No.
Greenport.
Twin
Fork's in.
Fork.
Twin Forks
Twin Fork.
in.
I think that's it.
North Fork.
That's.
North Fork.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All the
was
I
gonna
mean,
say,
some
the river.
people just forgot to like come.
Right.
Like so. I mean, but it's definitely gotten a lot bigger.
Well, obviously, that's a lot of breweries
yeah.
involved.
So
Who's
it's like-
typically
it's-
hosting this with all these brewers?
It's a
showing
different
up?
brewery all the time, and
Really?
it's like wrangling cats, trying to get all the. So we got Matt Roselle is our unspoken like guy that wrangles everybody and like tells everybody.
He's good at that.
Yeah, he's helping out. Let's say to get emails out that we need him to get out.
So you have like an email blast that just goes out. So you just click.
Yeah, like
email
this is a
addresses.
meeting. If you forgot, this is what we talked about. You know,
Do you have like an inside Facebook group or stuff like that that you guys use
not
as well?
a Facebook group, yes, but we have an Instagram group.
Oh, okay.
We talk.
Inside the chat or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, you guys have a lot of people to communicate with. If you have some important things to go on the agenda or whatever it is, that's something that you got to blast out there. What was the last meeting?
Was that Lithology 2 weeks ago?
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
What was on the agenda? Like, what are you discussing right now?
We talked about the planning of the market, the
The
Brewers
upcoming
market.
event. Yep.
Who was going to be doing merch? Who was going to be setting everything up? Who's going to be applying for the license? Because obviously you need a whole permit and stuff. And who's going to talk to the town?
How does that work? Is it through Lindenhurst?
Yeah.
They handle all that? I mean, they're used to it. They got something going on every freaking weekend in that gazebo.
Yeah.
Between bands and artists and markets and stuff like that. Is it a difficult process? How far out do you have to contact them, set a date?
6 weeks we did.
Yeah.
maybe
Oh, that's
6
not
weeks.
too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. They're pretty
It could, I
flexible.
mean, again, it could be a difficult process just to try to get all us on the same page, but it's happening. Like we got it to. It's like we're getting very close. So it's like.
Was it September
10th.
10th? I was going to say 9th, but okay. That's
shit.
it's going to be a cool
$20.
Yeah.
$20, 2-ounce pour, right? 2-ounce pours. Whatever.
Call it 3.
Okay, we're gonna
Unless
say
unless you go to Larry's area and then
legally,
it's,
legally 2-ounce pours.
Right.
Taste before you buy.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be some raffles. And
Yeah,
stuff
when
too.
Flag was doing it, when Flag was doing their beer fest, they had that down pat. They had it exactly the way it should have went off. It went well.
Yeah.
The tent set up, the layout of the little square that they have there. They're talking about expanding that, by the way, with that $4.5 million that they got from the state. They want to expand and make a permanent band shell and
Oh, shit.
yeah, it'd be really cool, like an amphitheater. If they
Yeah.
push back through the courthouse, they want to move the courthouse back.
Oh, wow.
So that'd
That's
be really
cool.
cool if they do something like that. Again, another town that's just trying to one up towns around them, trying to get everyone to come to them. Between Great South Bay's Brew Pub going in, so there's another thing
Yep.
over this summer that finally stuck.
And now all they have to do is just put a pedestrian bridge to go from there over to Sand City, so you could just keep going back and forth.
It is actually a very busy
you don't get
road.
run
That
the
well.
That's
fuck
something
over.
the Long Island Brewers Guild could work on.
See that?
State funding, $4.5 billion.
Connecting all breweries.
Yeah,
It.
it would be a monorail.
Yeah.
The brewery monorail, sponsored by the Long Island Brewers
Yeah,
Guild.
we'll finally get like a north and south train
Yeah.
to get
Oh, God.
A
my
north and
God.
south train.
Well, they were doing not ferries, transits, right? From
The Long Island Railroad was doing. I don't know if they were doing it
was
this
it
year, but it
Amityville
would
to Huntington?
you would
Something like
get off in Bayshore, and
Oh,
they
Bayshore.
would take you to Great South Bay,
Uh-huh.
and then you would go I don't know where else, and you would get off at Barrier, and it was all off the train.
Yeah,
And
that was an
they would
interesting
have
concept.
a shuttle. And the shuttle would drive
Wait,
you
just to
over.
get you where
This
you
was provided by the LIR.
Yep.
How
Yeah, it was
can
3 breweries.
This is something that the guild could actually work with,
Mm-hmm.
and coming up with something to connect. Because my biggest thing, I tell people it would be great to have a train line on a 135 and then one further out east, so that all the train lines could just
keep rotating.
yeah. Because Long Island back in the day was just made. The LIR was made to get into the city,
Yeah.
and now everybody's staying with all these main towns that we built.
Yeah, you're using it
Now
just to hop
everybody's staying
town
on
hop.
Long Island. Those are what's a better way to hop around? and not
Rockville
get
Center to
wasted?
Babylon, pretty much.
Yeah,
is where
the thing the railroad did was they were supplying the shuttle, so it was a certain price you paid for your train ticket, and they would shuttle you to these breweries, and obviously you paid for your own beer once you got there,
Yeah.
but you never had to drive.
right.
Why
Until
did
you got
that-
back to the
why
train
did that
station.
stop?
They did it last year.
Did they?
Yeah, I
It's
saw
an
last year.
event though. It's not like an ongoing thing, right?
It's only for a month.
yeah.
Oh.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
That'd be
a
cool.
one-time thing. I remember seeing advertised,
That's
and I
a
was
great idea. That's something to think about next year to speak to the head of.
Well, you you try to think of what breweries are close enough to the main line, and what ones are close enough
Hakama.
to
yeah,
to Babylon line,
yeah,
and then you go from there. I mean,
Yeah.
Great South Bay isn't all that close, but they were still part of it.
sure.
they're on the way. So if you're going from north-south, it's kind of
But
like a
again,
stop in
to
between.
go from Bayshore train station to them, it's not 2 minutes. It's,
No. But
But
it's
think
not
about it.
too
If you're
bad
with a
either.
bunch of people that you know are doing that, you don't even think about time because you're
No,
you're having
yeah.
an
You hop on the
experience
bus, you
and
drink
you're
it, yeah.
hanging out. Oh, where'd you go? You went here,
Yep.
blah blah, and then you're all of a sudden there. and
Yeah.
you're like, I didn't even remember I was in the bus for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
No,
they
I-
had and they had the times. You know, you get on the train at this time, and train gets here, and you get on the bus, and you go here, and you're there for an hour. Bus takes you back, and then the next train comes, and you go further down the line.
That's cool.
What I was thinking of is Sand City was shuttling Northport to Lindenhurst one time. It was like a weekend thing where you could
Oh, wow.
jump on a
That's
shuttle.
cool.
They shuttled you up there, drank, kind of hung out in the town, and then you came back down to Sand City South.
Is there still a beer tour bus anymore?
Yeah.
There are.
Yeah.
There are. Graz does one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still does it here and there, but nothing like permanent.
Does
just
does
kinda-
Bauka still does he still have the bus?
the Rockstar, right?
Kevin?
When Rockstar was doing
Yeah.
it.
He still does it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I guess it's by appointment only. They're not really. I don't see them advertising it like,
No.
"Hey, we got a brewery tour coming up" or whatever. But they're out there.
Those
If
are
you wanted to
good-
grab a
good
bunch of
times.
guys,
Yeah.
you just get the bus for the day, and they'll take you out wherever you want to go. Make it the hubs of what you want to do.
Yeah.
You want to go Riverhead, or do you want to go on North Shore, South Shore, whatever it might
That's
be.
cool.
Shit, I'm a big proponent of jumping on the train and getting off and going to Lindenhurst, going to Massapequa Park,
Yeah.
going to Rockville Center,
Oh, was motion part of it?
going to Babylon.
Those guys didn't
I don't think
thinking about Massapequa. Now you said that. I'm like, wait a second, we got motion.
No.
So
Well, you could go to Farmingdale and go to two breweries now.
That's correct.
Right on the same main street.
And you're
only,
right there.
Like
It's-
4.
with stumbling distance apart.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Croxley's.
You only have to
top
cross
off your
one
night.
little street. Yeah.
Bro, you,
I know you went to Croxley's.
Could actually go to.
but you see the place they're building next door.
Oh my God, the
Zuzu?
Zuzu.
What?
It's a skyscraper.
What?
It's the biggest building in Farmingdale right now.
What is it going to
up.
be?
It's
Business?
brick oven pizza, pasta. Along with that, it's going to be homemade ice cream. So if
Wait,
you're on
out-
the street,
window.
yes,
served.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna say
yeah.
if you're out on the street, they can have a window where you could just walk up to like get ice cream. And just
But
keep
their
walking
main
down the
thing
street.
is that it's catering, right? Because they're building a 200-person or maybe 150-person, like
upstairs. Yeah.
upstairs, amazing-looking
Massive.
barn thing.
Massive.
It's owned by Croxley's.
Yeah.
The guys who
It's
own
Chris
Croxley's.
Worley.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it looks.
So
crazy.
where's that property?
It's right next to the tap room, which was Meatball.
Okay.
It used
Right
to
next
be
door.
Meatball place.
It used
No, right next door to
right
it.
next door. It used to be the preschool.
The preschool.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
dude, it's as big as the condos
Yes.
that opened
What's
up.
Meatball place going to do with that little deck in the second?
They have it still. I was there the other day.
Yeah, I know, but are they going to be overshadowed by this
No.
huge building? No.
No.
It's kind of off
Dude,
that.
it's a skyscraper. I saw
Yeah, the
Chris today. I was
preschool-
going to be like, yo, you're building skyscrapers in Farmingdale.
It's going to look like Queens here anytime.
Dude, it's crazy. It's huge. Like, I'm like, they basically went as high as you're allowed to
Yep.
in Farmingdale.
Really?
Yeah.
Coming around the corner,
Yeah.
you see, you're like, what?
I have
Well, I know in the
pictures.
back
fuck
parking
is
lot, I
that?
used to smoke cigarettes like on the preschool fence. I
Yeah.
remember seeing all the little toys and everything out in
Yeah.
the back. So it's in that property.
It's going to be like
huh?
70 style pizzeria, they said. Like
Yep.
70 style
and
pizzeria.
they're going to have homemade pastas,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So it's really like a restaurant with catering option
And
and
so
ice
So
cream
they
service.
basically
at the
were
front.
like, you could go on Croxley's and see they had a whole thing. It was like, they know that weddings are they're going from like 300 people to like smaller, even though 150 is still a good amount of people.
Yeah.
But there's no affordable place for that. And
Right.
They wanted to come up with an affordable place for
That's not a bad idea.
it. Yeah. I mean,
And
the
access to
renderings look
transit.
amazing. The renderings look amazing, and I'm just watching these guys. People just sit there and watch these guys. Like, there's cranes just dropping like the
I-beams
beams
all
that are
over
going
there.
across and stuff. It's insane. It's insane.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it should be cool. I can't wait for the ice cream.
Manny's going to be walking across the street all the time.
Pizza wise, like there's so many pizzas in
Yes.
Farmingdale, but
Yes, there are.
like soft serve ice cream, let's do it.
yeah.
Yeah, you got the other one that's not even open yet, Dale's.
Daler's owned by the guy from Vespa.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it's like Vespa, 317, and Croxley's all kind of like owned. And then the guys from Villager came in.
Yes.
That's a great
Bro,
place too, man.
that
The
back-
food is
they've-
awesome.
They made that back area so nice.
Yes.
Of the Villager?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been back
And
there.
the
I gotta
food
check it
is.
out.
No, food is great, and they're open late all the time.
Yep.
So like when I'm done late,
You can actually
like,
get something to eat.
And yeah, their kitchen, they're not like, oh, the kitchen's closed.
Yeah.
Like they're making.
They
some
do a
good stuff.
drunken chicken sandwich
Yeah.
that is.
Now I'm starving.
Yeah, the Villager does
I
some
like
really
chicken
good
soup
stuff.
for dinner now. You can
And
talk
they,
about it.
they got some like awesome bingo like going on. Stephanie, Craft
Yeah.
Cutie
Yep.
hosts over there. So
She was doing the events.
she does their bingo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They also had artists and stuff come in. There was a couple acoustic sets in the back there, if I'm not mistaken. They've done
Yeah,
a
they've
bunch
done
of little
some really good stuff over
yeah,
there.
like underground
And
stuff.
soon meter parking is going to start there. in
Yeah.
Farmington.
Yeah.
It's only about only a matter of time. Everyone's like, I can't believe it's happening. I'm like, you can't believe a busy Main Street is going to get
Try to get a few
metered
bucks.
parking.
Yeah.
Like, go to every other busy Main Street on Long Island.
Yep.
And that's one of the hardest things about a lot of the, businesses in these towns is parking in general. And not that you're looking to restrict the parking, but you're looking to generate revenue so then maybe you can expand it at one point when some other business gets open and you can turn into more parking, something like that.
As an owner, for me, I see it as like you're flipping tables, like you're flipping spaces, right? So if people don't want to pay for the 50 cents that it costs for 2 hours and they leave, now you have other people coming in.
and
So
it
you're just
helps
kind of like
the businesses.
you're moving people out of the town instead of just like sitting there.
From the school of John Taffer over here. Every seat means a dollar bill.
Just looking at it as that way, not So
What I was going to say before is small craft, not part of Brewers Guild at this point.
yeah, they are.
Oh, they are. So there you go.
Definitely.
They were at Jones Beach this past weekend. They were sponsored in a way. I guess they helped sponsor Slightly Stupid. So I guess somebody over there knew.
That's awesome.
Contacted somebody in the band.
Yeah.
They had a jockey box set up in the back. And we were talking about jockey box before.
Yeah.
I could see him at the end of the night, like just dumping the ice.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, he's sweating. I'm like, all right. But they had a few of the employees come down. They all got tickets. They got to see the whole
Oh,
set
that's
and
cool.
everything. And they were pouring beers backstage for all
free?
the bands and artists. I guess so.
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
they-
how much does
I'm
two
sure
pets
they-
cost in relation to like being able to meet the band, hang out,
And-
drink with them?
He had to put their logo on the big screen.
I did. I had to.
Ooh.
I do video production there. So
you?
yeah. So
And I know that just having beer at the Jones Beach is tough. Like you got to go through a lot of hurdles to get.
there's not
beer
that many
there.
options.
No,
No.
they're looking
Everything
for
wants 19.
really.
They want 19.2s. That's
they,
why.
they also want like it for nothing.
Right.
So it's hard.
Well, Live
So-
Nation, bigger contracts, East Coast, West Coast kind of stuff. It's tough to get in a venue like that. Just like anything else, UBS
Oh.
or
No,
Yeah.
of course.
It's
I mean, Jones
just like
Beach Brewing
that.
Company is trying to get there, obviously. And
And
it's
good
still
luck.
hard to get in there.
Good luck.
They got their place. You know that little this is a little bar slash thing outside.
yeah,
of the
the,
parking
the
lot.
brick building along
They
the
had an
boardwalk there at
event
the Bayside.
there where
Yeah,
somebody bought
I was there.
their stuff. Yeah,
It was cool.
So they're like, I got close. But
Yeah.
I'm like, because we sat down and talked to them one time, the people from the theater, and it's like what they wanted for that price. I was like, I don't know. You got to talk to the
You have
Blue
to be
Point
an
that way.
Anheuser-Busch
Yeah,
type
it's like-
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way.
Yeah.
But it was cool because it was like the first time I saw a craft beer at Jones Beach because everything else is like Voodoo Ranger, all the big brand names. So
What do you mean? That's craft beer, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you say. Unless they're gonna bring in like Pineapple Ranger or something like that, I still can't even get behind that. Freaking bugs. So I mean that was a
my friend.
cool thing, man. Just to see their logo up on the
Yeah,
giant
that's awesome.
screens, and I was happy for 'em. I saw him backstage. I was like, hey, I was like, oh shit, what's up?
That's
it's-
huge. I hope they got like a selfie with it behind them.
They got pictures with the band. They were hanging out. Those guys, let me tell you, between Sublime and Slightly Stupid, they look like 40-year-old golfers. That's the way. But they come out on stage and they play fucking reggae punk. It's so weird to see them backstage. I just didn't know if they were the band or not because I don't know them. I don't know Slightly Stupid that much. I know Sublime, and you see Eric with the
Yeah.
big hats and with glasses the size of whatever. But the rest of them, they just blend right in. You wouldn't even know. They're just wearing like Callaway hats. They got polos on. They got khaki shorts and sneakers. And all of a sudden they come out and they're freaking jamming. And I'm like, what the hell? I said they're all science teachers. They just look like a whole bunch of
Yeah.
science teachers on summer
We do this
break.
on our side.
Yeah, we
is
just
our-
make a couple
this is
$1 million
our hobby.
here. Yeah, it's fun. So let's get into. Well, by the way, Larry, delicious. First, let's say seasonal beer of this current season.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I'm actually having a
A Marzen
a
in
fall
October-
beer right now.
in August.
I hate you, Larry.
Damn you! Tell us a little bit about it, Larry.
It's sorry.
Anybody
beer.
need water?
I'll
I
take a
do.
water. It's our Marzen. You know, we went pretty traditional with it. You know, and a little light for like fest beer as far as the ABV, just slightly light, but
It was like, oh, I saw that coming. I saw that coming.
I was like, go it up
I'm pretty sure I had that on camera, so that was a good one. Mark it. That's at the 50-minute mark.
You know, I was like, please throw it up. Please throw it up, not down.
So the good thing is it's your glassware. Not. Did you
I'm
get
just gonna
no
wanna
injury?
hold it like
Oh,
this.
it's just the stem. He just got the stem.
Stemless
got
glass.
it.
Hey, that's not bad.
Stemless
got
glass.
it.
That's
Got
not
it.
bad.
And there was still beer in it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll clean that up later. I
Nah,
guess.
that's fine. We'll be all right.
All right.
That's like nothing. So German style, right? So, looking to start this like start us August when you're looking to start brewing.
well, yeah, because it's a lager.
Yeah.
We started.
How long
early.
you letting this go for?
I think that we had it in a total of 5 weeks.
All right. Yeah. So probably July, right? I mean,
Yeah, it was the end of July.
wow. I'm just letting it sit. That's like sitting in July thinking about your October beers already.
That's why we usually don't have it. I do everything late. I'm like, too late. Better luck next time.
Damn it.
Yeah, we did. We started like mine's still waiting. Like we have an Oktoberfest happening in Farmingdale coming up on the 23rd. It's gonna be ready right
September?
then. Yeah,
Okay.
September 23rd.
That's early for an Oktoberfest, no?
No,
Oktoberfest starts in
in September.
September 12th.
September. Yeah.
September
Wow.
12th
Okay.
is the official.
The real-
right? Is the 11th or the 12th?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. If you look it up, and it ends. It ends early October.
Right.
So, so yeah, we're having it's Jones Beach Brewing Company and Necromantic. All the breweries brewing in Farmingdale right now.
Okay.
So are gonna
All of them.
all of them.
All three.
The three of them.
All of them.
All of the
We're
breweries.
doing one September 29th at the brewery.
At Spyber, yeah. Now, what is that you've done that many times throughout the years?
Never.
No.
Ooh.
The
It's
first annual.
First, yeah, it'll be small ticketed. you know.
Yeah.
It can only fit so many people.
What is the beer lineup going to look like? Of course,
That.
Marzen. That's the
No,
feature.
no, whatever we have on tap.
29th?
29th.
Friday?
Friday night, yeah. We're closing early for it.
Nice.
He's
We're
like,
looking at
day off. I know he's already
We're
put in
looking
the
this shit up.
calendar. Diana, listen, I'm going to be busy
Friday
that
night,
night.
I gotta go.
Something's going on at the brewery. Going to bring anybody else in, or it's just you?
No, just us.
All right, cool.
He's
That's-
like, nah.
By the way, somebody had
Yeah.
recently asked me, "Hey, you guys, you gonna do something with Spider Bite again? You can bring back that Brunswick Mum?" I'm like, "Oh my God, bro! How do you remember that?"
Brunch McMum.
Yeah,
What the hell is that?
yeah. Every year we used to do a some type of Belgian style or a quad or triple.
I thought it sounded like
or
like a breakfast stout or something. Brunch.
brunch.
Sorry. Don't mind if I do.
Mum. So I want to talk a little bit more about the
Yeah, I don't want one, man. It's fine.
the Brewers Guild.
Listen, you threw shit
Thank
at
you
me.
so much.
Yeah,
I
really.
was trying to hydrate you,
I
sir.
knew that was going to happen.
First
by
of
the
all,
way.
you could split this with me. I'm not gonna have this.
Well, we got
I got you.
extra drinkers around here. So you guys, when you have your meetings, you have your people. Is there like a dues, or is there a fee, or is what do you? How
Yes, there's a fee in the beginning of the year.
Okay, so once a year you have to pay into that.
Larry tracks a lot of people down.
Yeah.
Breaking ankles.
Yeah.
As the treasurer, he must.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
muscle.
it's there's a due at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
and then
So that
That's it.
covers you for the meetings,
just helps.
information,
It just
Knew
kind
there was
of helps
cashmere in
us.
here.
It helps with like
sponsor
budget
events and stuff like that.
yeah. So, but that's the idea of like. So while we're here to talk about the treasure hunt is like, what other things can we do to like raise some money for the guild?
Right.
And so that's what.
Now that money is then used to. Are you using it to like lobby people?
No, it's
Go-
pizza.
Yeah. It's our pizza
Yeah.
fund for our brewers
There you go.
meetings.
It's
Larry needs
makes
it for
perfect
his
sense.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah, it's all going into it.
No,
Yeah.
it goes to again outreach, advertising,
Right.
and then lobbying is the ultimate goal there.
Right,
Sure.
right.
You
Get
know,
something done.
The New York State Brewers Association does an amazing job at keeping on the state at every level, with everything bill that's being proposed or talked about or being thought about being proposed. and they do a really good job of getting stuff that would hurt Long Island, not just Long Island, New York State craft beer. Anything that would hurt that in general gets shut down immediately.
Yeah.
So they do a really great job advocating for us.
Do you do a kickback to the Brewers Association?
We're all that's part of being a member of the Long Island Brewers Guild.
It puts you into
no. You also have to be a member of the New York State Brewers
okay,
Association.
gotcha.
But
What is it? What is it now? 300, something like that.
Something like that. It's like 250.
I mean, that's
250, I
worth
think, right?
every freaking
Yeah,
dime.
for sure.
100.
For the power
especially
that
during COVID, like we got almost daily. It was at least weekly updates on what was going on.
Oh,
what you
Paul
can
is
do.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
fantastic.
so good.
So we're trying to emulate that on the local level, the Nassau-Suffolk level, because New York State is huge.
Right.
They can't focus on what's going on.
And
in
we're all the way
Nassau, what's going on
downstate,
in
man.
Suffolk,
I'll tell you. I go up there and they're like, Long Island? I'm like, yeah. I was just at the Warbler a few weeks ago. It's in Albany. Great beer. Chris is awesome. We're hanging, talking about stuff. It's a whole nother world. Like, they don't even know what's going on down here. They have no clue.
I mean, we've been at festivals and people are like, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
Farmingdale, Long Island. Yeah, I'm not going. It's like,
Well, I saw,
Wait, I got to go through the city to get there? Oh, no.
I don't know who
Is there a
shot.
way to jump that? Like,
Go around.
I saw a video of shot, and this is what kind of threw me on. I was like, I saw Chris from Dubco sitting next from Chris from Warbler.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, they're at the same thing at the Brewers Conference. I'm
Yeah.
like, look at this, and I took a screenshot and I put it out there because they're like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's the kind of networking that needs to happen,
the
and
conference
even more
is
so.
one of the best, my favorite, things to do through the year.
That's
Just
at
go
the
New York Brewers.
the Albany, right?
Yeah,
it's
the
in
Albany one, yeah.
Yeah, there's between that and then there's that one that's at the Desmond in Albany, which is the one of the New York State Brewers Association festivals.
Yeah.
Which is one I wanted to eventually hit because then it's a centralized location, so you're getting a lot of people from all over the state. So that's another one where like, that's cool if you can get up there. And
Have you been to the Syracuse one?
No.
I heard it's a good time.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
fair's going on right now, and the fair has the Taste of New York in an entire building, and it's just this giant lodge of like long. It's like it looks like an Oktoberfest tent, and it's just all breweries from New York State, just a line of taps going right down. I'm gonna say like 40 feet of taps.
Are you guys there?
No.
It's a tough one to get in because
that's
it's
Long Island Brewers Guild next year. is
again
the agenda.
Syracuse
Get into this
upstate.
farm.
They don't know much about what's going on down
Yeah.
here, and
No.
again, who are you attracting? If people
Right.
go into the fair, I might go up there, once every 5-10 years, but most people up there are from up there, and
Right.
It's funny you say that. So Kevin, my partner Kevin, went to school near there, and so he wants to always go visit his friends up there. So he does that event, even though we don't distribute up there. But he's like, every time I go, people are like so excited because they're so used to what they see there all the time.
Yeah,
that
something
it
new.
is
Something
something new. They're like, "Where are you from?" "Oh man, I never had you." So it's like, "Oh, I had this from Long Island." So it's actually it's a drive, and it's a lot to go up and be part of the thing. But you are an attraction because you are something rare.
Yeah.
From being up there. So.
I mean, like breweries like Willow Creek. Willow Creek is Willow Creek. They're right in Albany. You got the Orange Brewing Company. You got I've been to all of them in there because I go there twice a year up to Syracuse, and I make it a note to go a day early and then just visit and grab beers from everywhere. But again, the conferences up there. There's not that many down here where people are coming down here for major statewide conferences. Again, leaving Long Island out of like the mix of a lot of these things that do attract people from other parts of the state.
Well, it's like what you said. It's a little long. It's a drive, right?
Yeah. Well,
You
I mean, it's a
know?
drive for me. It's 6 hours to Syracuse.
Yeah.
But I'll stop in Binghamton. I'll hit up Beer Tree. I'll hit up, there's two others. If you're going on the inside passage, you can go, Rushing Duck and these other Long Lot and these breweries like in the middle of nowhere. That's what I love to do. Like that's the kind of stuff that, again, with the Think New York, Drink New York app and what they've done with that, gets me to go, okay, I've been there, so where am I going next? What route do I need to take? How do I get in through there?
Yeah.
The north.
You want that free T-shirt.
I already have it.
I know.
I'm going to get another one, though,
Oh,
by the way.
see, there it is.
See,
It's
they
all about the
changed
t-shirt.
their rewards. I got my beer soap, and then at, I think, 75, I got my T-shirt. Now they changed the T-shirt to 150. They upped their prizes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get another Respect Earned T-shirt.
Is there like an ultimate 502?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's somebody that's up there. I have it up on the phone. They're in the high 400s.
Wow.
High 400s. and that's
Like that guy should be
dedication.
like beer for life. That's
My
like,
next
wow.
reward is 2 free tickets to a New York State Brewers Association festival.
cool.
And I get to choose any one I want.
So now we're on that list now. The Das Bach is going to
Right.
be the New York Brewers Association in
That was
festival
fun.
that's in
That was a
Long
lot of
Island.
fun.
That was a really good time. So
what was that about?
that was the one at Plata Deutsch that
Yeah.
they just had. You didn't go.
No.
It was
I
a
didn't get
really-
to go to
either.
It
anything.
was a really crappy weather day.
So it was a
Ah,
really
they
bad
poured.
weather day, but
Yeah.
that's now considered like
It's a
the-
lager festival.
Yeah.
Okay, I did see it advertised. I'm
So it's-
picturing it
it's
now.
now
I
gonna-
was so fucking hungover because Chris. I'm trying to think. A couple of guys, Billy and that. They were like, "Oh, you gotta come, Flat Deutsch." I'm like, "Yeah." And I woke up that day and went, "Oh my god, who
Yeah.
stepped on my head?"
Yeah, it's that's now going to be the right.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong to say like that. We've been trying to figure out what was going to be the Long Island festival, and
Last-
that's the one.
Last year they did one at Belmont
Belmont.
Racetrack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. Like I
That
like
was-
that one.
That one was cool. It was just
And I went one.
execution could have been a little better.
Yeah.
They did one that
Great
was.
concept. But the Lagerfest, I think, is
The Lagerfest was fun.
That's gonna
Even
stick.
though it was raining, it was a good time.
Right.
So like for the fact that we had a great time in shitty weather, if it
Right.
was like a beautiful day.
and that appeals to people who are just like, oh, craft beers, IPAs. It's like, no, it's lagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. Come on down, and
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch
people
of-
were just drinking like a lot. You weren't getting
Right.
sick of like, oh
Yeah.
god, it's so
Whole bunch of
I'm
people
all
that
my
is
palate's all blown out.
exactly.
checking in on Instagram really quick. Time and Space Brewing, never heard of them, but hey, Shlomo, say what's up. The Just War Theory, okay. James Holstrom, hey Jim, Mr. Jim.
Hey.
Bellingham, it's Kay and Keats, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot here. I'm just South Shores. What's up?
Boom.
See
What up,
Dizzy.
South
Oh,
Shore?
it's
I'm going to South Shore this Saturday. Actually, I got plans to go.
Oh,
I
yeah?
got plans to go to a couple breweries over there with my friends that are coming down.
Beers with West.
I got to get my tokens.
beers.
right.
Yeah.
You know.
Rembeezy. You got to get your stamp. That's what you.
Oh yeah, I checked into Lost Farmer the other day. I met up with a friend of mine. I grew up in
Heatmeister.
Mineola, so like
What's up, everybody?
I actually did the electrical work in Lost Farmer before it became Lost Farmer. I worked with my grandfather when I was in high school doing that building was a underwear factory.
So
really.
And I actually did all the
that
electrical
makes that makes sense. You remember when they said you had to gut all the wiring and
Mm-hmm.
redo it again?
Yeah.
I knew that was going to come. Like, so
He was too busy
Hey.
trying on the boxes and
I
briefs.
I don't have freaking Charlie here to beat up on. So
Yeah.
got it.
so Charlie, if you're listening, you
No,
are
I
bastard.
was
He
there.
went to sleep at 3 o'clock. Happy hour's over.
I checked in. I'm
had
part
the
of
early
this.
bird.
I'm
Yeah.
part of this hunt too. So like I check in. So it's a good
you
time.
want that free boat ride?
Yeah. Well, like, just being a member,
5
you
people?
get there's a raffle every Tuesday night. Just being a member. So
Really?
yeah, we got a lot of. After we launched the thing, we got so many people just like, oh, we want to promote this, we want to promote that. We're like, all right, so let's
Throw something in there and we'll
let's
give it
do
away.
a thing every Tuesday that you don't even have to be a person who got all 30. You could just be a member,
Right.
And you get a chance to win. There was a skydiving trip.
wow.
There was jet ski.
right, jet ski.
There's the cruise.
There was jet ski? That's fucking cool.
Governors actually gave us 20 tickets to give away, so there's going to
Which
be
is great, yeah.
some tickets to give away there. So there's just more and more sponsors. So if you're watching, I don't know where they're watching from, but and you're interested, contact us through our Instagram, and then we'll get it to the movers who are the marketing team, the team behind the app.
The team behind the team.
Yeah, and they'll set something up. So
Cool.
yeah.
I'm just putting
That was a great idea.
the video up on Instagram really quick because before we really get
Oh, what,
into
of me throwing water at
yeah,
Manny and
50,
That's awesome.
50-minute mark.
I'm
just
so
for
happy
everyone.
that happened.
50-minute mark.
50-minute mark.
I was like, is he gonna throw it or just hand it over to Larry?
I knew you were.
He
I
threw it.
knew you were gonna throw it. I knew you were gonna throw it, and then I just thought in my head it's gonna be the worst. But you know, it wasn't as bad as I
It
thought.
wasn't as bad. At least I didn't cut
I had,
myself.
I had
Right.
I had confidence.
or it didn't shatter all over the place.
I had confidence in his hands and
What do you mean? You threw it like here. Like,
Exactly.
I would have to like
perfect,
this.
right in front of the defender, right in front of him.
We
Larry's
have-
trying to talk about something and just throw
just
something.
throws things all over the place. This freaking guy. We haven't asked
We
these
are.
questions in a while, so
I got it. I got a question to ask these
You
guys.
got a fourth question?
I got
Or
one.
is it the third question?
I got one today that's
All right.
and it's a controversial type.
Really?
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
All right, I'm excited. So let's do
We
this
might
little
have
sounder
to. We
here,
might have to do it and then cut it out, or something.
and then we'll get into some beers and, of course, Hidden Treasure li.com.
Yeah.
But let's go into our little segment called Steve's 3 Questions.
Hey, you cool hep cats. Tonight, we bring you a very special presentation. 3 questions with our very own Steve Pominski. Yeah. Steve's questions. 3 questions from Steve. 3 questions. Steve's questions. Go.
Bingo! Look at that, hitting the
time.
post.
every time.
Love it.
All right, gentlemen. I have 3 questions. I'm going to ask one question at a time to each of you. Just honest answers, nothing tremendous. I'm not going to ask you what your PIN number is for your ATM or real simple ones. But they're going to make
Social
they're gonna-
security number and mother's
maiden
name.
name.
You could take it.
But
I'll give you mine. My 4 digits and my mother's maiden name.
okay, yeah, because
I'll start with the maiden name, which is my middle name. You ready?
Francis.
No.
Oh.
That's my dad's middle name, actually.
Really?
Yeah. That's a common middle name. Rixon. Wrixon. Yes, that's my middle name. And we made that a tradition to put the mother's maiden name as the first son's middle name.
Really?
Yeah.
So you did it with your son?
Yeah, my son's Berberich. Mac B. Yeah.
All right.
It works.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Something new about me that no one's known.
Something different. A little
6
something
and a
different.
half, 7 years into this podcast, and now
Fir-
people
we
are just finding out
finally
my
know.
middle name.
What his real middle name
What my
is.
real middle name is.
That's gonna be a trivia question. The Wort podcast.
Yeah.
There you go.
50-year
What
anniversary.
What is Michael's?
Steve.
In the
Steve's in the nursing home and the assisted living facility doing Steve's 3 questions.
What room is Steve in?
203. He's got a view of the park. Get him a beer quick.
Bloops. All right. Well, we're going to start right down the line. So, what was the first beer that grabbed you and said, "Man, what is this craft beer thing all about? I need to know more about this." What was that beer that hooked you?
I mean, I don't know if it was the first one, but one that first one that pops in my head was High Point Resin. Oh, 6 Point Resin.
6 Point, yeah.
6 Point Resin.
I was drinking 6 Point Bengali
Yep.
this past week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just needed something different. You know, I've done about 4 cases of fucking Dogfish Head.
I don't know if you guys know he loves Dogfish 60
I love
Minute.
60 Minute. It's 60 Minutes like
It's a great.
water to me, but
6
it's
Point Resin.
delicious.
6 Point
Jason
Resin.
Resin is
Nice.
great.
Yep.
And I started going back through the 6 Point. I'll do resin next.
Because I had high res in my head.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Ah.
In the slim
Yeah.
cans.
Yep, the gold slim
Oh,
can.
Remember when they first came out? Those little
Oh,
slips?
you felt like a
For me,
king.
no, for me, that one.
Like you want to
that-
be in Kanye West's throne
That
with a
hook-
High Point
What's
resin.
yours, Larry? Because
High
you're
resin.
a little older.
Yeah.
Larry's like, it's something that Charlie brewed in 1863.
It was
It's a kombucha. He
it was
spit
Pete's
out.
Wicked hazelnut. I think it was a hazelnut brown. It was sort of how
Yeah.
Sam Adams did. You know the like the amateurs could send in.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's what it was originally, and
And you said, what the fuck?
yeah, that was good.
What the hell is this guy doing over here? Pete's Wicked Ale.
Fucking Pete's.
Jesus
Told you, bro.
Christ.
Manuel.
I think this. I'm going with Ken. Like the first thing that pops in my head, and that I always like. It's kind of my go-to, but it kind of changed. Is the Sweet Action. 6
I loved that fucking
It
beer.
used to be
that turned
like-
me on to them.
I'm going back
With
through all
Sweet
those
Action.
labels again,
Dude,
man.
that-
Anything I can
it-
find,
Yeah,
I'm getting.
Bengali. It was like Bengali. And
Yeah.
Like right at that same
So
time.
anytime it was, I still remember like Black Sheep and Mineola used to carry it all
Yes.
the time, and I was like, anytime I was like questioning, I'm like, just give me a fucking Sweet Action. Like, I actually saw them at Hexier. They were there this year, and they were like, we were thinking of bringing that keg. I'm like, I fucking hate that.
Yeah, you sons of
I would
bitches.
have
you would've
stolen the keg.
You would have been passed out in the
But
bushes.
the thing is like it's changed. It's not the same. If you've had it lately,
You are-
I'll say this though.
you are correct.
Bengali had that Brooklyn taste to it.
yeah,
It still had that water taste
Yeah.
to it. I like immediately. I'm like, oh, I remember this. I remember this exact taste.
What I remember about Sweet Action 2 was it was hazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was not a good looking beer.
No.
Like you
But
drank out of the
it-
can. It
It
wasn't like,
tasted fucking fantastic.
oh my god, so good. I
Yeah.
could just like every time. I still remember.
Who sells it besides Distro? Do they have it on tap places? Have I seen it on tap places?
No, I mean,
feel
like,
like you don't anymore. You used to see it
not
all
really.
the time.
Like I said, like you see it all the time, and I remember like recently I was somewhere and I kind of saw a 6 point like in the low boy. I was like, oh, and they're like, no, it's not Sweet Action. I was like, damn it.
And you know, there's another one that I've
Sweet
seen
Action.
come and go. Coney Island. Coney Island was on every tap because of the Ferris wheel and all that
Yeah.
bullshit. And now, not even like at what's the place that's across the street? Why can't I think of it?
Miller? Not
Yeah, Miller's. You don't
yeah.
even see it at Miller's anymore. And that was a place when those restaurants first opened up where they would rotate in like the up and comers a little bit, not much, but a little bit.
Should we get into the conversation of why you don't see it anymore?
Well, here we go.
Well, Miller's
Well,
is.
I mean,
they
like
want to
you're-
make money.
Yeah, and like
And people aren't
also
drinking-
People come in and they're offering more things, and they're
Right.
like, take 10 of our items instead of just 4, so that you could have
Right.
some of the local stuff in. So,
And
you
it
know.
used to be.
and it's easier to order one time instead of ordering.
I had
25
gotten
times.
that makes sense.
I had gotten way back when. Oh, you guys self-distribute? Yes. Oh man, I'd rather just pay one
That's it.
thing to Manhattan Bev or to Boning or to.
That's just
I don't
lazy.
want to like make out 20 different checks to you and this guy, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it.
Especially the big guys,
Yeah.
right? Do you still run into that?
Yeah. Oh no, I barely distribute. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it works for you guys for what your area is and your Brewers Guild people are outside of even Great South Bay, which maybe you see Blonde Ambition and that's about it. No one else is really in the restaurants as much as they used to be. I mean, I especially in places like Miller's or
Yeah.
even the bigger guys.
I
Maybe
mean-
in a local restaurant, like if you go to what's the one in Babylon that I can't think of? The Villager.
Villager.
Yeah, if you go in Villager, you're going to get what they want.
it's
They're
funny.
hand picking shit that they want.
So the last couple of weeks we've been all over the place, my family, and I always order beer.
Yeah.
And the
No.
the ones I see a lot now, Barrier. You always see Barrier on tap. Barrier, KCBC has
A lot more of that out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
everywhere
I
now.
don't get out enough, man.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
KCBC and now Sand City
Well, yeah, Sand City, obviously,
because they've been really pushing. But yeah,
Well, they upped their
KCBC
production, too, that they
and
can afford to
Barrier
do it.
has been. I see them everywhere.
Yeah, Barry's always
everywhere.
been there though. Like Barry's been there since day one. They're still at Miller's. They're still at everywhere you could pretty much go. Whereas they're still at freaking Salt Shack.
Everywhere you go, it's money.
Yeah,
Money on tap.
It is.
It's always money on tap. That's their. That's their.
I
flagship.
liked low, the one that's like the cryo hop with the surfboard.
Oh yes. Lorez.
No, it wasn't low res. That's probably another resin.
6 point. Yeah.
Yeah, there was
They-
definitely
they
a high res. and a low
trademarked
res.
that.
Yeah. That's
The
done.
res
yeah.
sessions.
Low max.
Low
Low
Max,
Max.
that's it.
There we
Boom.
go.
Yeah, and I remember seeing that, and that was like, oh, cool. They got something a little different. That's
you-
interesting. But they stopped pushing that. Now it's everywhere. It's just money.
Larry,
everywhere.
are you at some places?
Some places.
I see.
Some-
I see his stuff every so often. I
Yeah.
see more so, and it's funny. I see everybody distros. Everywhere,
yeah.
every distro I go, I'll look and I look at all the different who's where, who's got what. How many spots does somebody have? And I'm like, okay, all right.
Other half, 15 spots.
No,
$30
no,
a
over by me
back.
in Belmore,
Yeah,
Belmore Bev, it's cases
in the back.
stacked in the cooler.
Yeah, in the cooler,
in the
yeah.
back, and it's $5.50 a can. If you want to do a mix,
Which,
you
all
want to
right,
do a
so
mix.
let's think about this, like, relatively speaking. You go to a restaurant, you want another half, you're paying $8, $9, maybe a little more, right? So it does make sense, but when you're buying a 4-pack and you're paying $24, you're like, but again, we go to Treehouse. Treehouse, you got some beers that are like $16 a 4-pack, and
Yeah.
it's a decent beer.
Or they're
Or
24.
25.
Yeah.
Even like Warbler had to up their prices as their 4-packs are going. They're in the 20, 24 range in there for their single, double, and higher end. Bigger alcohol, big boys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's just the way things are progressing, I guess, right?
Hey, guess what?
Hey, what?
It's time for question number 2.
Go for it.
Ken,
Hit me.
what is your, as of right now, what is your favorite style to drink? And it's a 2-part question. And what is your favorite style to brew?
It's the same answer. It's lager in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you bring lagers?
I brought a Keller beer.
Oh, all right. Even
I
more
brought
so.
I brought a hazy IPA. Would you believe it? That was a little different.
Who brews hazy anymore?
That's crazy.
Again, not the favorite to brew anymore.
Yeah.
It's all the lagers.
Yeah.
Because is there a finesse to it? Is that why you just gotta
Yeah, you can't hide behind anything. It's
Yeah.
it's a pure, there's no bullshit in it.
You have a little more pride in it, too. Like,
Absolutely.
you're like, man, this fucking came out crisp and
Right.
beautiful.
Exactly.
And it took me forever.
Yeah.
I gotta watch.
Just
the
looking
figure a
at
little
like
bit
looking
now,
at
you
it.
know?
Oh, it's not ready yet.
I've been staring at that tank for fucking weeks.
It's like, man, I've been wanting to move that to put other things. in
Yeah.
there.
Well, we were going to brew the pumpkin, but
That's what happened with me. Bartender's like, how come we haven't put this? I'm like, we're brewing a pilsner right now.
Right. Yeah.
so we'll talk to you.
I've been trying to have like at least one lager in the tanks at all
Cool.
times right now.
Yeah.
And varying styles. Like we have the my Marzen coming out. Brewing Vienna lager in the next couple weeks. We have a light lager on right now, or pale American lager.
Okay.
Nice.
Americano.
Rules.
Lawrence.
Definitely right now, it's also lagers that I'm drinking, but I still like making the IPAs the best. When we do
West Coast or East Coast?
like this, we call modern. It's neither.
I like that.
I don't do.
And by the
hazies.
way, I like that when I read that. I'm like, modern IPA.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't
kinda
really.
It's
do
not
the
really hazy.
Yeah, I don't do hazies, but so we do have the real West Coast where it's bitter. Not crazy, but
Well, like first bite and
first bite, second bite,
Yep. 14th bite.
this
Whatever.
third
13th
bite.
bite.
Yeah, we're up to third
You
bite
haven't
over
13th
here.
bite yet?
But
And I'm
and
surprised
then
you
we do some of the lower IBU ones, but they're softer, but they're not like hazy or murky or anything
Yeah.
like that.
I'm surprised the bites are on her neck.
I didn't
Not-
draw it.
Yeah, you were probably like, put it down low on the thigh. Put it somewhere I can. Really
Someone's gonna put a tattoo of that at one
please,
point.
Larry is. The man is an icon, but he is the most debaucherous individual I know. He's always got like ideas for stuff, and it's just like
That's why that's called.
munching. Yeah. See?
Fourth bite's gonna be on the labia.
You see? See? And he'd be like,
There you go.
yeah, of course it
And
will
you just
be.
do a really tight close up. You have no idea what it is. You're like, what is
Like,
that?
what
little-
is that? Is that roast beef?
Yeah, it
What is
looks-
that?
looks like a chicken thigh.
Mutilated chicken thigh.
Oh
What happened?
God, jeez.
Manny.
Fourth bite.
I'm definitely gonna go lager. Is my go-to. What I like, I think I like brewing brown ales the most, just because that like brings me back to like
Day ones.
brewing in the garage with my partner, best friend Lee. That was like our baby. So like, I just love the smell of brown ales, like just or even ambers, like just like it just
Malt.
when I
That
know
beautiful
fall is
malt.
coming, I'm just like can't wait to brew this because like I like the light stuff, but I do love to brew lagers and pilsners because you can't, like what Ken said, like you can't hide behind it. And like when we got silver, I think we were here after I got silver with that pilsner, and I was like, oh, wow, like that felt so great because it is a very hard style to
100%.
master. But yeah, the brown ale is my favorite to brew, and
It's
second favorite to
the
drink.
reward, right? It's the reward for your hard work. We've said it before when
Yeah.
people come back with those awards and like justification.
Yeah, it
on
doesn't
the
pay
time.
bills, but
Oh,
it's
right.
still, it's
And-
still
and-
like-
But it's personally a good.
and that's the other thing. It doesn't fucking like, oh man, I won that award. People are going to be knocking down my door
Yeah.
to get to it. No.
yeah, Steve, remember you won the World Cup?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I went out of business.
No, I remember that year. You were in Nashville, right? Yeah.
Oh
We-
man, that was
That was a good time. And we had left, and then we saw that you won, and I was like, oh, that's great. And then like, yeah, you think like, oh, it's gonna be, this is it. I'm gonna get that phone call, that investor. It's like, no, but it still feels good and great that you did it.
for
so.
myself. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That GABF winning silver at GABF.
Yeah.
It's your peers, so that's what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
That your peers were like, "Wow, that was a really fucking good job, bro."
Yeah.
Out of people from all
Hundreds.
over the states and world, they said that was the best at that level.
Yeah.
Feels definitely kind of gives you that. Yeah, I am doing something fucking pretty good.
Yeah.
No matter what that asshole said on Untapped.
Yeah, exactly. And like it doesn't like and also like no matter what capitalism says, like you're just like, yeah, fuck it. Okay, you had to go out of business, but like it's still, you made an excellent beer. People still talk about your stuff till this day.
Oh yeah.
So like, yeah,
Thank you.
You left your mark.
you did.
Left my mark, and
Yeah.
it was a skid mark in somebody's shorts.
Yada yada yada.
Yada yada yada. Fucking yeah. So about that Keller beer over there.
Yeah, what the hell?
You got a question 3?
What the hell? Oh, I got 3 and 4.
Oh, shit.
Kind of, it shares your namesake. Stone Crab.
Stone Crab Steve.
Steve Clauston.
That's awesome. Oh shit.
Someone, you had to promote that with like someone in a Stone Cold outfit.
Oh
just
my
on
god,
a-
yeah.
Yeah, you should just shotgun a 32 right there.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
oh god.
I gotta go to work
God.
in the morning, boys.
Yeah.
I don't. What do I have going on this week? I don't know. I have a Mets game tomorrow that's going to get rained out. No, yeah, just throw it down the line. I'm almost done.
Right. Question number 3. You go to a bar, restaurant. What is that one beer you would hope to see on tap or in bottle from any time, any place, anywhere? Would be that one elusive beer that you would go, oh man, I hope to have that.
Roth House Pills.
Look at it. He had
He
that
had
right in
that
his
like
head.
locked and loaded.
Right in his head. I love that.
That's my favorite beer.
Huh? There you
Favorite beer
go.
drink.
Yeah, by the way, it can't be your own beer, too.
Yeah.
Larry's like, fuck. It's going to be.
Where do you even get
It's going to be
Rothhaus?
Boris.
It's not in distro,
Yeah,
right?
where-
Not
you
to
go?
plug.
Oh, here we go.
Brightwater's Beverage.
Oh, they do have it. All right.
Cool.
He keeps it in stock
Really?
because it's
Just-
also
just for
his
kids.
favorite beer over there.
Really?
Shout out to Eric.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I had a conversation with him on one of the releases. I think it was a Nightmare release they were doing there. Brightwaters, they did a Universal. There's a couple of places that had
Tastes
it.
like an IPA, though.
Okay.
Did you switch them?
No, I don't think so.
If there's an IPA, we'll give
No,
that a
let's-
whiff.
We should do a blind taste test. See
Oh
if
no,
you-
you're good. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good. We're good.
I was
We're
gonna
good.
be like, man. Other than that, my taste buds went to hell.
Yeah. See what happened there.
That's a shaky keg. That's what
Yeah.
that is.
God, Larry.
So, what was the question? Like, no, so it's
Ken, pass
just
that down.
Any beer from any time, any place, anywhere you walk in,
Not
and
the
if you
IPA.
can order it, what would that beer be?
it would be it'd be Rodenbach Alexander.
Oh,
Bougie bastards in here today. Let me tell you. Holy
Larry
smokes.
always steers down that.
I know.
and it's why too, because it's a high ABV beer, and
Well, if he's anything like you, when we walked into that bottle shop up in
yeah.
Massachusetts, and he almost soiled himself, we went into some random bottle shop we didn't even know existed. We just walk in the street one night,
Yeah.
and we walked
It was
in,
in the middle of
and
the
you were
night.
just going like this, dude. They got stuff, and there's stuff with dust. I want that.
there was just a rack in the back in the corner, covered in dust and everything. And I'm like,
Cotillion.
Is that the brewery?
It
It was like a brewery from like 2009 or whatever, like White Oak or
Von
whatever.
Trapp.
I'm like,
It was-
and it was like $14. I'm like, oh God, it's mine. I'm gonna get it.
he walked out with a wine case full of fucking bottles,
awesome.
like vintage
Were they still
bottles.
They were fucking wonderful.
Really?
And we
They
stopped
were
at like
sours. The majority
Yeah,
of them
yeah.
were sours.
Whatever.
wild ales and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had one that night. We went back to the hotel and cracked one of them. It wasn't that cold, but we kind of chilled it out in the sink. But yeah, there was some easy finds in places like that, and that was so
So good.
random.
Yeah.
Very random.
Manny.
one that I see and I have to order. Well, I don't see it around here.
And it could be from,
Uncle Charlie's.
could be from whenever.
Yeah, Uncle Charlie's would be the one I'd want to see all the time. When I see it, I want them. You know, Utica Club. All the way.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Like, it's not here, and I don't understand how
I
they
was
don't
just up in
understand.
Ithaca.
Yeah.
I looked all over, couldn't find it even up there.
I have a 12-pack that I, like, have hidden in the cold box. Well, not hidden, but I'm like, no one touches this. And I'm, like, saving them because I was told they were going to distribute here.
Yeah.
That's what I heard too.
But that was, like, a year ago.
I think you were able to order it online for a little bit, and it was like $35 for the.
I mean, I think all of the Long Island Brewers Guild brewers would drink it all.
No,
Just
100%.
like-
I'm surprised you guys haven't ordered a pallet.
We should.
And just distribute it through all the
Yeah,
breweries.
that's
on
actually
Long Island.
Brewers Guild.
That's
Boom.
actually what we're gonna do with the money from this.
Just get a pallet down here.
Just like
with
every
Utica
meeting,
Gold.
we're gonna have a bunch of Utica.
All right, boys, we got
Every brewery on Long Island will be a
buckets of
member
Uticas
tomorrow.
for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we're having trouble with membership. Just offer from Utica Clubs.
Utica Club night. I went up to Cooperstown and for Mike Piazza's Hall of Fame induction. It was the only thing that I could see that I would like. It was at a gas station.
Yeah.
And got like a 30 rack of it. It
Yep.
was ridiculous. I'm like, holy smoke. So we went in the middle of a field with 33 of us, 30 rack of Uticas. And we're
And you
like,
still were fine.
oh, yeah. It was like 4%. It was water.
Do we
It was
know
hydration.
what the percentage? You know, the percentage is not on the can.
I'm sure it's like around that 4.
It's got to be
yeah,
that.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
because you could
tiny.
like, when we're at that conference in Albany.
Yeah.
The Long Island
Bro,
breweries.
didn't you guys
just
build
like
that-
build
that
pyramids
pyramid?
every year? We clear out this one bar of all of it. They're like, do you guys not? We're like, we don't have this at home. So like, that's
what
like,
we come here for.
Yeah.
It's the only reason to show up.
we're only here for the Utica.
I have a fourth question.
Okay.
And
I'm
it's
interested.
going to be controversial.
Really?
Oh shit!
It's they're going to look at each other after the answers and going to be like, fucking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Besides your own brewery, what is your favorite Long Island brewery right now to drink at? Oh, baby. Or drink their beer.
Oh,
Just
okay,
drink their
okay,
beer.
okay.
What is the one brewery that on Long Island that's your top guy right now? Yeah, I love this.
That's a tough one,
drink
too.
beer.
Yeah, we know that. Scotch whiskey,
I was
friggin'
gonna-
bourbon,
I was gonna say-
tequila.
He's got cutwaters underneath the bar. It's just
I
pounding
was gonna say,
gin
I
and
don't really
tonics.
go to breweries. I don't have time.
Let's say you go to a festival and you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
yeah, something. I know that's a stumper.
This
It's a tough
is a
one.
controversial one. They walk out in the parking lot looking at
That's
each other.
crazy
Fuck
because
you,
yeah,
motherfucker.
like I'm even
There
going
can
through all
only
like the
be
Rolodex
one.
of like what I had recently.
And because I like. Yeah, fuck.
and the thing is, you can't use your like personal like, hey, I like those guys a lot. They're really cool. You can't use that. You got to use like, man,
The
that
beer.
The
The
beer. is
beer.
good.
The beer.
I mean, you can't go with like, yeah, I say 1940s because Charlie's the oldest human being
Still breathing.
on the earth. Sorry, Charlie.
I'm going to say Larry.
Ooh,
Spider bite.
Spider Bite.
there you go. Because you got the munching.
He's got
Like
that
that.
munching.
I mean,
Munching-
that was really good.
Now here's
You got that old bill?
Here's the thing though.
slogan is-
Now if Larry turns around
Yeah, and says
and goes,
Secatogue.
Secatogue is.
Yeah, something about that,
And you know
man.
what that does? That leaves fucking poor Manny out in the cold.
It's all good. It's all good. I don't get invited to things. I'm too loud for people.
Well, by the way, and I want to address now you said that. There was a Instagram video of you dancing in a banana costume of some sort.
Oh no, the
Pineapple.
pineapple.
Pineapple, yes, you were in the pineapple.
Yeah.
And the caption was, "This man signs my checks." And
Yeah, that was Mary.
I was
Mary sent that.
dying,
Yeah.
dying.
I also was in the pirate costume recently too.
Yeah, and they blow
I'm a
up
fucking clown, dude.
You
You,
blow
you
up
like just having fun.
Dude, don't forget. Like I used to, when I was in high school, I got paid to be at like a DJ. Like I worked for a DJ company.
Did you?
So,
Yeah.
Like I used to have to like
Get people going.
inspirational dancer and stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
Like this is like natural to me. Like
I mean, it was
whatever.
it was like
They're like,
a
why
good
do you do that?
band.
I'm like, because I'm a clown. It doesn't. What I get 5 more likes, whatever. It doesn't pay the bills. It's
No,
just
but
like,
I
fucking,
I
you know.
I'm not.
I just like
I'll put
doing
it this
it.
way:
Yeah.
I'm not like at a wedding. I don't dance.
Yeah.
I'm not self-conscious about my ability to dance.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. And I respect people that just like, fuck it, let's go out there and just
Yeah.
move. And I'm like, I can't do that.
It's
I'm like,
funny. Some people are like, you must have been having it. I'm like, I didn't have one sip
Yeah,
of beer.
that's just you.
I
I
know,
did-
it's just kind of.
I'm
like
sorry. I did fuck those crawlers. That was driving me insane.
I'm gonna say
No,
that's clear.
This is
I mean,
definitely
yeah,
an
that's really
IPA.
clear right there.
Whatever you
It's
gave me,
all
is,
right.
it smells
So,
like an
you
IPA.
met-
Can I talk about that IPA then?
Yes.
Because it's not a traditional IPA. I used theolized yeast in there. I used cryo hops in
Wait,
there.
you used you did what yeast?
Yeah. It was the Mangostini from Imperial.
Okay.
That was really fucking me up there, guys. I gotta admit that.
And I look at, I
No,
see you.
dude. I
As
mean,
he's
like right
pouring
away,
it,
I was
I'm like,
like,
that's
that's
IPA,
IPA,
dude.
It's
That's
definitely a fucking IPA.
So this, like we talk about, we get IPA fatigue. We get tired of brewing the same shit. This one I wanted to go a little different with, and that's why it's not like
hitting you in the
your
face.
traditional IPA. It's 6.5%. It's a little more mellow. It's dry hop, but not heavily dry hopped. That's for leisure.
Yeah,
It's YouTube Live, right?
yeah, it was on YouTube
Okay.
Live. I'm off now.
Oh, okay.
But
That's
I'll
the
put it
killer
back on.
beer.
Yes, I could. The clarity when you were pouring it just now, I'm like, dude, he definitely has a clarity. That's definitely a killer beer there.
There we go.
There was
Sorry,
a
guys.
number of videos though of you as being social media present as you are, provide a great platform for the Long Island Brewers Guild. Not to the level that you do with you or Lithology or anything like that. So what goes into like planning some of those things between what you do with the brewery and then what you're going to be doing with the Brewers Guild?
I have to have John approve things. Who's our president?
I was going to say, John's the president, right?
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
From 1940s. No, I mean I'm a little like muted on the Long Island Brewers Guild side. I kind of just like have to always if you see it on the Long Island Brewers Guild site, that means it's pretty much started at Lithology, and I'd like added
Expanded
them
it
as
out,
a
yeah.
as a collab.
Oh, okay.
And they say like they just accept it. So I don't really. There's not much planning. More of just like, hey, I feel like doing this today, and let's just do it. You know.
By the way, Steve, is it pissing you off that we didn't think about Wort Tour
Oh, this
as a shirt?
The Wort Tour.
The Wort
yeah.
Tour?
7 years, baby.
Yeah, that's great. It's a great idea.
7
Hey.
years.
Hey,
Totally screwed that up.
Still got.
Wartoberfest.
No, we still got. He's a crispy boy. He's a.
Oh,
hazy
that's
boy.
true.
Yeah, that's an awesome. I want that shirt. Like, when is that? You guys talk about it. You never made it. Like, make the damn shirt.
No, he only made a small run just for us to
Why
have
not?
because we were all
Put it
going to wear
on a-
matching shirts at
Put
AC
it on
Beer
like an
Fest.
online website that you like drop shipping.
It's how much? Yeah,
Drop
that's true.
shipping.
Drop shipping. That's
Yeah.
true. Could do that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of. I had the Wort Father with the little puppeteers and the Wort Father. I did that one. I done a bunch of one-offs that were okay.
Oh, you mean like the one with my face on it?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Don't feed Steve beers in dry January. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
That was
That
good.
one would sell, I think.
Yeah, I'm great.
People,
That's great.
I'd need the Barrage logo on that. I got to get some permission.
So you're saying that you wouldn't do videos for like if people ask you to do something, you wouldn't?
What do you
like,
mean?
Dance?
No, I'm not a
do something
dancer. I'm
outside.
not that kind of out person. I use more my voice.
Yeah.
I could stand up in front of Joe's Beach and,
Yeah.
and talk to people and just joke around and fuck around.
Yeah.
Not embarrassed about being in front of people. I'm just not comfortable dancing.
Yeah.
Just not my thing. Just not moving.
Acting like a clown.
Yeah,
That pineapple thing is because
I was a clown in high school, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I skipped around, skated around, did dumb shit. But I don't know. Just the dancing part to me is the thing that holds me up because my wife's like, let's go out and dance on a wedding. I'm like, no, I'm going to sit and drink beer on the picnic
that's
table.
you,
I don't
yeah?
give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, usually find me, I'm like sweating at the wedding. And anyone, even at my wedding, people are like, oh, we want to say hi. I'm like, you're going to see me over there. I paid $5,000 for this band. I'm going to be in the center with my wife. And my wife loves to dance too. So, like, we were just in the center the whole time. I'm like, that's where you have to say hello and goodbye to me because I'm not stepping off of this thing.
That's fantastic.
So,
I
yeah.
can't. I don't know. Just not in me.
Yeah.
Not even since I was young. I remember like a 7th and 8th grade dance where
were,
I was
like,
just
on the
like
side?
on the side, like I just don't give a shit. Like I was one of the stoner kids, not stoned. I was
Yeah.
just standing there with the stoner kids, and they're like, "Dude, this is fucking place is lame." I'm like, "Yeah, I just don't want to dance. Like, you guys want to like play cards or something?" Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It's just not for me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
some of the videos that we were playing, like some of the videos that you do see about the guild, the membership that we're doing, that was done by the movers. Like they provided a camera guy and they came and like we had a necromantic, right? That was like one of the shoots was there, and then we also went to Dubco and did like media there and stuff like that. So
Speaking of Dubco, Dubtoberfest.
yes,
Good festival?
It is a good
It is.
festival.
I'd say that's my top three.
Because you were always there.
I'm
remember
upset I can't
that-
go to it this year, but we're gonna be there. But I'm not gonna be there.
No.
It's a good time.
That's a good
Yeah.
time.
Or even Punktoberfest, at Great South Bay.
Yeah.
Now, one year that happened at the same time, right? That was one of
that was
those
the
things.
last time they did it.
Yeah,
I
they don't
think.
do that one anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a great one. And they had some good bands in the back, and they have their space over there, so that just made sense.
Dubtoberfest is fun because like it has like the VIP hour, and then you like
Yes.
where you have to bring something like you're not gonna pour at all.
Right, and it's
So that
just
was a good time.
exclusive for the
Yeah.
VIPs.
Or you
Yeah.
could do what Larry usually does and brings a partial keg, and it
And then it kicks.
it kicks like in the first
Doesn't
15 minutes.
1940s do
Never
that?
The
done that.
15 minutes, and then Larry's everywhere getting
Steve's jealous.
destroyed. getting
Isn't that-
destroyed.
Isn't that what they say 1940s does at the Cast Fest?
Yeah, they
every
just
year?
half fill. Yeah, well,
Well, no.
Larry's been around enough. He knows.
when you leave
Lots
the
of tricks.
you leave the valve open, you just keep putting
Yeah,
glasses
that's right.
under it.
As like
It
yeah, you
keeps
just
going
keep
in the bucket. Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens. Sorry there, Charlie.
See what
Sorry.
happened there is you gotta understand these old Civil War tricks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ball and musket. You
Got to
know,
get that trophy.
Yeah, the golden keg.
Yeah.
So Larry, what's your favorite brewery?
That's
in
what I
Long
was gonna
Island?
say.
The truth. The ones we really don't go out to the breweries, just no time. But the two that we go to the absolute most is Ken's and Blue Point.
Wow.
Blue Point too, huh? Yeah.
Check out Blue Point a lot.
That
Never
was-
heard of them. Are they new?
Must have just hit
what
the
do
You
they-
gotta get them in the guild.
What do they make? What do they make?
Yeah, anything I know that they make.
They actually have a good experimental side.
They
Yeah.
do. They do promote their one-offs and
Yeah.
things internally for sure. I was pissed off that I got to again another festival that overlap with other shit that's going on. Is Les and Jake playing it at?
Oh,
I was so pissed off.
dude, we were
and
somewhere
I said
too.
that to you, and you're like, "Well, no, I gotta.
I think I
work."
work at Jones
You
Beach or
worked.
something. There was a concert.
I
Jones
heard
Beach.
they didn't play that much of the old stuff though,
That's fine. I like everything.
Oh,
I
you do?
I keep up with it. Yeah.
because I wanted to hear like just Losing Streak.
Yeah.
Just.
I've been to those 20.
Yeah, where they, like-
those concerts were
Yeah.
just the whole album straight
Yeah.
through. I went to the Losing Streak one. I went to Rock of You one. I went to the map one. Destinations and whatever the
Yeah.
when they were going around. I've been on boats with them.
Really?
They played a boat around New York Harbor.
Bro, he has socks.
Dude,
Oh, you're down.
I am. That's my first band. That's
Wow.
1993. I saw them at some random spot, and I was hooked. And I've been a fan since that.
I remember
day.
one of their albums said like, if you want us to come and play a show, like as long as we could like crash in your house or
Yep.
something, like give us
Yeah.
a call. It was like said it on the album.
It
and
was
stuff. That's how-
inside the jacket. I
Yes.
have that one.
Yeah.
Inside the jacket, you open up. They have a contact information if you want a
Yeah.
concert, like in your neighborhood or at a
Yeah.
bar locally. We have to crash at your house, but we'll play it. You know,
You just
like-
gotta go. Did you see that random Taking Back Sunday concert? That
Yeah.
happened?
Yes, I
Ryan
went to
was
hers.
there. Ryan
Yeah,
from
Ryan.
20,
Yeah.
27A was there.
Yeah,
'Cause
him and
like-
Melissa.
I was like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, it was my friend's party. It just like broke out. Like that's awesome.
Well, they
Well,
were
and
filming.
They did. Yes,
They were filming the
filmed
video there. A
Yeah.
new song video, and then they ended up playing like
Why not? That's a
7,
good
8 songs
time.
or whatever. Yeah, but
Yeah.
at that point, fuck it. I was when I saw it hit the internet, I ran outside and I listened in my neighborhood. I'm like, I don't hear it. God damn it! It must be Northland and Hearst, the sons
funny.
of bitches. No one complains in Northland and Hearst. Everyone would complain down by me. The music's too loud. Like fuck you, dude. It's fucking Taking Back Sunday, dude. That would have been cool. I mean, like 27A had Vinny from Movie Life come in and
Yes.
do an acoustic set.
Yeah.
Dan from Long Beach knows him as well, and they talk and they've had like little sets and stuff.
Who else? He said suicidal tendencies, hanging out with him.
Oh
and-
yeah. He's got some connections in the industry.
Yeah, but Manny, who's your favorite brewery on Long Island?
All right, so like honestly,
And-
I
and
don't
he's-
really get
he's
out
fucked now.
much.
Yeah,
He's
he's-
fucked
No,
now.
I'm not. I don't really. No,
Yeah.
it's Jones Beach. Yeah. It's necromantic.
Pencil Pilsner.
No, it's so same thing with Larry said. It's hard to get out to other breweries, and I do drink a lot of bourbon. Like that's like kind of like, and then at home I drink a lot of wine with my wife. But I'll have to say, anytime I go to Dubco, I have like there's never anything
Yeah.
that I don't like. So like, and like their space is like. I like their Bay Shore space. I haven't been up to the upstate space. I have to go.
Yeah, I haven't been there either. I gotta.
Yeah.
That's a check mark.
And like
Warwick, right?
Live show.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
What happened?
We've done. We started this season at a live show at Dubco.
Live show?
Live
Yeah.
show at Warwick.
I'll go up there for that.
Nice
Yeah,
fall.
let's get a bus trip up
Fuck, dude.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
on.
do it when I can convince my family.
Long
I'm not
Island
bringing
Brewers
my
Guild
kids
bus
on a
trip
bus with you.
We'll change the shirt, the Wort tour.
Yeah.
Out to
Listen,
Dubco.
you hand over the rights and
Oh, you
I'll
can
make
take
it tomorrow.
It's fine. So.
That's not
Girl on the Wort dune.
I'd like to get up to Warwick. There's a couple other breweries in the area too
Yeah.
that we could hit up too. So
Yeah.
it's a multi-stamp
Hey,
night.
Mike.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite brewery on Long Island?
Oh shit.
I mean, he's wearing Ghost right now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Ghost too. Like
Ghost's
Paul
great.
makes some.
Hell yeah.
Can't
let
keep
me,
up with
let
that
me
mad
think about
scientist.
That
this.
Kentucky Common.
Oh god.
Oh god. And my wife
And they have
loves
phenomenal cocktails over there.
their
Fucking
their
like going to a speakeasy.
colored ladies, like
Fucking
blue lady, red lady.
Yeah. Oh,
yellow
yeah,
lady.
yeah,
yeah,
My
lady
wife
series.
is a huge sour fan. So, in
Shout out
fact,
to Paul.
That was the cast that almost won last year.
yeah, yeah. You guys are gonna probably hate the fanboy in me.
You can't
but
say 60-minute.
it's not. It's not gonna be. Dogfish is not Long Island. Right now,
Right now.
it has changed. Right now,
As it should.
Root and Branch.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. We went there last weekend. Beautiful day. Friends from New Jersey came over, hung out. Pizza from Nino's,
Nico's.
Nico's.
Steve was right on that.
I had
Fucking get it right.
I had two beers.
Because
that
the
I was
pizza really is fucking
really
phenomenal.
yeah, it's so good. Oh, dude, we enveloped 3 pizzas between 4 adults.
Yep.
It was amazing. And the fact that they have diversified now. They have a stout, they have sour, they have everything. So it's a little bit of everything. Just right now, that's what was in my fridge in this last week of just drinking. I'm out. I'm completely out of Root and Branch.
Could I ask you a question about Root and Branch?
But
Sure.
wait, so Long Island? Yes.
Long Island.
You want to do New York State?
Sorry, I can't do that.
Okay. I didn't even do anything.
No, Siri fucking shut you down.
She's like, no, I can't. Can't do any of that
can't
shit.
fucking talk about
Siri's
that.
like,
we're
fucking you better
we're with the
not.
Long Island Brewers Guild. We want to hear
bitch.
about New York State.
Yeah.
What about New York? I can't do that right now.
Well, I'll get back. You know what? Leave
Yeah,
that as
no.
a cliffhanger.
Give me a New York State one. I want to hear it.
Warbler.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Really?
the stuff that he's been producing lately.
What's his best beer?
It starts with
Dis.
not dissolver.
Is it what kind of style? What
Disambiguation.
style is it?
Disambiguation. It's a double IPA.
Okay.
It's not hazy. It's clean, but it's delicious.
Got it.
And I was up there like a month ago, and he's talking. He's already looking at real estate. He's expanding. Like,
Wow.
Oh, really?
yeah, oh yeah.
That's
Because
great.
they're in a tiny little like
Yes.
old
Yes.
restaurant and a restaurant space, and he's really strapped for trying to make the beer he wants to make. But like his bird themed beers, Flurpy, which is excuse me, a fantastic stout with all different variations. He does vanilla, he'll do coconut, he'll do all sorts of stuff.
Flurpy.
Just where he is and the stuff he's producing would surprise the shit out of you. You walk in and it looks like a Pizza Pit, you know, like you're like, the fuck is this place? It's like an old Italian restaurant, and all of a sudden it's just like hype
Yeah.
beer, hype. I mean, just up and down the pilsners, the blonde. I
for
went up
him.
and down the menu and went, holy! It was more of an amazing thing.
When did they open?
Pre-COVID.
Okay.
2017, 16, 17. And because I've been there probably the most out of the breweries in that area. You know, I liked Myers Creek, but I'm telling you, the Warbler, for what he's
Myers.
got, he is so handcuffed by his space, and yet produces, it's the size of 27A.
Yeah.
It's probably smaller
Sounds
than
like
your
it.
space. It's
Yeah.
just, it's amazing. How
I was like,
what he
he's probably
does.
3.5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's got maybe 3 tanks tops.
Dude, that's
It's
work, man.
It's work.
I
And
know
he's
it.
Putting it
That guy
into
doesn't
it.
sleep.
I know it.
And where is it?
That guy doesn't sleep.
Albany. It's in Albany.
Steve,
Yeah.
what's yours?
Belmar, Albany. It's like a town right outside Albany.
Oh, shit, I gotta go. Okay.
What do you
See,
think?
I've been drinking a lot of Long Island beers lately. So
And I know you've been to Root and Branch a million times in the last
I've been
5 months, because since they
all
opened,
the
it's just
time.
easy to get. I mean, I'm 10 minutes away. That's why
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It definitely helps. It's right there.
I will say only because I get to drink some of the stuff that kind of really.
Can I tell you what it was before Root and Branch?
Yeah, sure.
And it's simply because it's location. It's Sand City.
Sand City.
Yeah,
Right
it
down
was,
the block
it's
from
literally down the block.
Yeah.
So I mean, why else wouldn't I?
Well,
And I liked 27A, and I've been to even Breslau was producing beer at one point, but that's the spot. Like 27, I'm sorry, Sand City. Go in and boom, you got yourself the beer that you know already.
so right now is Root and Branch.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And again,
Because it just opened and it's just new.
well, that's the one I drink the most
Mm-hmm.
because it's literally a couple of train rides away. But their lagers, it's not even the hazies. Some of the lagers,
Yeah.
the black lager, the Marzen,
Did I miss that
their
one? I missed that one.
Turkish lager, the Mexican lager. So just really just on point.
How big is your system?
10 barrel?
Nice.
And
Enough to produce
like
a
their tasting
shit
room?
ton of cans. Yeah, it's
you know what? It's a little pretentious for me.
Okay.
clean, white.
So that's what I've not. I
Too
haven't,
overly
I haven't
like
been there, and some people are like, I really just like getting their cans. He's like, they're not used to that kind of tasting room, but
I've
I mean, it's,
I've
it's
seen
very
people-
photographic.
I've
is.
seen people walk in with hand carts and take 15 cases
Yeah.
proxies.
out.
Nothing but proxies.
Yeah.
But
100%.
the outdoor space is all right too. That's where I ended up. I don't like sitting inside. The
Yeah.
outside
And
is
now-
just a bunch of
Yeah,
Now
some
that-
people told me it was like a little like cold,
Now that Anthony
but it's like
is doing the Nico's Pizza,
yeah,
that'll get people to stay.
yeah. What about have you seen what is it, Squid?
Kid Squid.
Kids Squid. I heard that's
I
like
wanna
a
go
very
out.
like
We had them on the
beautiful
show.
space apparently.
It's very
They're next door
Instagrammable.
to a flower shop.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you not a florist? What is it?
Nursery?
Yeah, nursery.
Nursery.
Thank you.
like the parking lot.
So
Okay.
like they share
Oh, wow.
their outdoor space with the nursery that sells shit.
Oh, shit.
So you go out
It's
and you
like
sit on
beautiful
like
flowers
yeah,
and
you're
stuff
sitting in a
like that.
freaking arboretum. It's
And a
ridiculous.
fucking bee comes.
That's
at you.
trees. That's trees. I apologize. A botanical garden.
Yeah,
That's it. It's a cool space, but it's all the way on Sag Harbor. Oh God, the freaking
You know what?
Hamptons traffic
You
at
know
this
what
time
would
of
be
year.
a great question right now?
Yeah.
But I won't ask it.
Yeah.
Would be, all right, what's the brewery you hate the most?
I'll tell you.
Manny's not in the room.
Oh, shit.
Got him. Gonna hear that.
That is cold-blooded. Got him. Cold-blooded, Ken. Cold-blooded.
I love you, Manny.
He's already pissing.
Hey, right now he's going, I heard that, you son of a bitch.
I heard that from down the hole.
Oh, Larry was really, ready to out-tell you right now.
Freedom.
I'm
That's okay.
Oh, yeah, who do you hate to? I'll tell you right now.
I wouldn't even say. You want to hear prior to Sand City? Prior to Sand
well,
City, because that's
Mike-
just too. That's old new.
One of my priors,
Yeah.
who I touted for a while, was Garvey's.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's obvious.
What a spot that is too. Again, another out of the way spot.
When we did the live show there, it was,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful spot. They really got they lucked out on their location, but it's great and it's terrible in that you're not going to get me to go up there a lot.
well, that's the thing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
just
thing.
not happening. So for me, it's
Sorry,
I
Manny.
wish it was closer, but it is
Ken
not.
threw you under the bus real hard.
Yeah, I heard that. As Manny's not in the room. That's why I don't get invited. No,
And again, this is why he doesn't get invited.
that's
Places.
right.
All right, so let's talk about the Brewers Guild and the Hidden Treasure LI.
Oh, we're at that. Wow,
We're-
10 minutes left. We're finally at this conversation.
No, that's all right.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
just
we
kidding.
started off with it, but
Yeah,
I want
no.
to, because
Are
really,
we live again? What's going on?
we've always been. Oh, you mean on Instagram? I'll go
No,
back
I
on
mean
it.
on YouTube.
No, yeah, we've always been on
Oh,
YouTube.
okay.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
No, because Kevin wanted to know. What?
By the way, we have like 5 new listeners on YouTube, 5 new subscribers on YouTube just tonight.
Nice.
So I don't know where all that came from.
Boom.
But
Larry.
probably because,
Larry's sex appeal.
it's just nothing
That's
but
it.
Larry's sex appeal. No, I mean, I want to talk about the treasure hunt because this is, again, like we were saying earlier, this is one of those things that's going to get people up and out of their seats and into the world where we should be at this point. So let's talk about first.
Steve already went on the hunt.
Yeah, he's gone. Where did this start? Like, what was the initial thought process, concept come from? Was it through some of the meetings and stuff like that, or did it end up kind of being more like a natural progression on what should be going on? Like, how did we get to that point of where we are now? And then we got to talk a little bit about what this involves because it's a lot of breweries, and people should know exactly kind of what to expect when they're going and they're getting their membership and going into these places. And that's really the gist of a lot of this is how do we get more people involved with this?
Yeah, so I guess it started almost a year and a half ago where we were kind of thinking, what could we do differently to kind of make like a Long Island Brewers trail?
Right.
Like,
We knew the New York State app was so successful.
Yeah.
We didn't want to just be like, oh, here's another app doing the same freaking thing. Like,
I'm a proponent of that app, but
Right.
there could be more regionalized specific
right.
things.
There was no reason for us to do a, same
Yeah.
thing. We had to.
Yeah, so then
Zhuzh
we
it up
kind
a
of
little
talked to a couple different companies to try to figure out how could ours be a little bit different? Like, could that it's just not a passport thing? Like, how do we bring it into this the technology?
and ongoing too, because
Yeah.
for the most part, if you go into like the Think New York, Drink New York, it takes so much time for me to kind of accrue these brewery stamps and stuff like that. How do we just keep it fresh so you're always involved, always interacting,
Yeah.
always engaged?
So then we ran into the movers. They were actually working with me with like bettering my mug club, and they were like, "Oh, we have like a digital membership program that can't be copied or like sent. Somebody can't just pick up someone else's app or
Right.
thing because like your membership is yours. Like if you scan in and it's not
You're specific to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the QR code moves.
Okay.
So it's not. It's like having a ticket to a show or whatever. So we were working with the movers. They presented to us at the guild, and we all kind of had to the vote to see like what we could do. How could we bring awareness and also raise some money for the guild? And like we said, like to be a little bit different than the New York one, where like it gives you something.
Right.
Like a New York one is like just check in, right?
Yeah. Well, you do stamp, but it takes
Yeah.
time. And on top of it, we talked about this. One of the things that it does is like if you're going to, let's say Lindenhurst, and you have 3 breweries you can stamp, you have to do it within you have to do a half an hour or longer each
each
stamp.
place.
Yeah.
Or you're going into Holbrook and you want to go 1940s to Spider Bite. If you forget to stamp before you leave, and then you hit Spider Bite and go to stamp, it says, slow down there, guy.
Yeah.
You got to wait a certain amount of time.
Sure. Well, they did that on purpose because there was a guy who was going around not going into the place.
Yeah, right.
From the
Just
parking
checking
lot.
in.
Yeah. Just driving
Yeah,
in.
so ours is very different because with the membership, you get a flight at each brewery. So you're going to go
you
in.
want to go in.
Right.
Right. That makes sense.
And then, there's the raffles. There's meetups every month.
Which is cool. You
for-
need to have ongoing events, things that are going to get people, again, engaged
Yeah,
with.
every week there's a meetup now.
Every
Right.
week.
Now,
Yeah.
do you know how many members you have?
Yeah,
Okay.
we do. We also know the amount of scans, frequency
cool.
of scans, and stuff like that.
Now, that has to all get programmed into your systems, right? Do you all have to have the same
an app.
system?
It's an app. It's
But do you like phone-to-phone kind of thing?
Yeah, it's on everybody's tablet or POS system.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
a-
So
it's an
everyone
app
has to have.
that verifies. So like you have to get token proof, and
Right.
it verifies your token that you belong. You're a member.
Right.
And,
Got it.
And if you've been there the first time, when let's say I go to Secatogue, Ken scans me in, and it says give him a free flight. Mm-hmm. And then if I go there again, it'll say that I'm a member and it'll be green, but it won't say give them a free flight.
Right.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah, so that's
Cool.
important to like.
Yeah, so you can't just keep going like
here all the
Ken's
time.
like, this guy's been getting free flights all week.
Hold on a
Says
second.
charge this asshole.
Yeah. He has beat the system. So, yeah, I mean, I think so. We voted, and then it took a little, like I said, it took a little bit to get everybody ready, get all the logos in, get every token is its own digital asset.
Right.
So like, kind of get the artwork in and do all that stuff. Like we wanted to release it like in May, and then it just took a little bit longer just to get everything worked out.
When did it officially launch?
June? No, July 1st.
July 1st. Yeah.
July 1.
July 1st.
Okay. Yeah.
So when you get the membership, you have it until June 1st of next year.
Okay.
So it's a year-long membership.
Right.
And there's 30 breweries. One of them is not needed to win the contest. There is a contest that's going on. One of them is
Take two.
Take Two, because they hadn't opened yet. But they will have a token that you can go and scan. And there are a couple of guys. There are a couple of people that we know that they just want the damn token. 'Cause,
Right.
Like they got the 30 already.
Now, could they like see him at a festival or something like that, and they could bring in
No.
like a no?
We're not allowing that.
No.
The idea,
Fuck that.
I think the idea is, I mean, like, it's just not about, like, you're getting this free thing. It's like we want everybody to
Stop and smell the
and,
roses.
like, and be like, all right, Ken said it before. Everyone's, like, becomes local, and that's great.
Right.
I'm sure he has 25 fans that come in all the time, and they're like, oh, I've been meaning to go to Ghost, but
yeah.
Right.
something else came up. Now you just bought this thing. Mm-hmm. Now you're like, what are we doing this weekend? Oh, let me go to Bayshore and go to 3 breweries that are part, right? 3 or 4, right?
Four
there,
now,
right?
yeah.
That are part of that. So I could just get my free thing, and maybe hang out a little bit more to get everybody to.
Well, it's going to keep you there. If you had a flight in front of you, you ain't running out the door.
No.
Not just scanning and running.
No.
Like the New York State app, which is if you get, if you're like that guy you're talking about, you just jump in the parking lot, scan it out, and then, or scan 1, wait a half an hour, scan 2, get maybe one beer, and then you're out. Did
Yeah.
you try both brews? Did you do everything you're supposed to do?
Well, yeah, this is like an investment for
Well,
people.
yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
It also makes a great holiday gift.
Hey, there we go.
Watch out. Yeah, I mean, we're
Birthday
we're selling it
gifts.
until the end of the year.
And you
So-
still have plenty of time that once you get in, like, let's say you get in now,
Yes.
right? You still have plenty of time.
10 months left.
Yeah,
Ten
to hit
months
up.
left. There's still plenty of meetups, and there's like some breweries are taking even more advantage of the app. Like I've offered for the month of August, even if you come in after you scanned your first one. We had a meetup recently. You get 10% off your tab just for being a member that comes in and scans. So
That's something you have to program in.
I just tell my
Your
employees.
bartenders,
If it's green and it's not the purple one, then they're just a member, and give them the discount
10%,
that
yeah.
we're and like
You have to program that though into your POS,
Yes.
saying like it's a
It's
a treasure.
I just call them hunters.
Okay.
So it's the hunter. But like we're probably gonna in January. Like, we're gonna be honest. When it's slow,
Yep.
and I want some members to show up, we'll have another meetup.
Yep.
And we'll announce that on Instagram or the Discord that we're on emails and stuff. So like the idea is that it's not just a one time that you come there. There's going to be a game in a game.
Right.
Like the more scans you get, the more prizes you might be able to get in the future, and more experiences you're going to have with us.
That all makes sense.
So like.
So what are the big prizes? You said there was jet skiing in there.
Well, so those are the raffles. The biggest prize was the first to get to 30.
right. Is there anyone close?
Yeah.
You'll find out September 4th.
Oh,
That's when anybody who's won
yeah.
is going to be announced. So the first to get to all of them that were, it's 29, not 30, but that they get a weekend getaway in the Hamptons or Montauk.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's sponsored. Someone came through and
Most of it is sponsored.
Nice.
Now. The movers have done a great job talking to people.
Yeah.
And getting.
Now is that those people that are sponsoring their signage, their information, that's all on
Yes.
either the app or whatever they're using. Yeah.
Yeah, and like we post about it on our
Yeah.
on our Instagram, and then the other top 10 are going to get a one-on-one brewing session with
Oh.
some breweries. that
So
sign
they
up
get to
do it.
brew their beer, or they just
get to come hang
bar
out
and
and
hang
help
out.
and
Yeah.
clean up. Mash out. Yeah,
Mash
exactly.
out.
Yeah, mash out.
Here's a squeegee.
Yeah. And I know that we're going to be doing,
By the way, the bathroom's dirty. And
we're going to be announcing a couple of things like coming up, like the more scans you have, the more chance you have. Like we're going to do the craft cares brew, and someone who has gotten a lot of scans gets to be put into a raffle and will be there for the brew with all.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
You know, all the members will be there. Usually, it's at one of the bigger breweries, and they'll come and hang out.
That's cool.
So there's
Yeah, I've
always,
seen some of the debauchery that happens on some of those brew days.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That's
I
fun
know
times.
nothing.
Last year I was on what's his name's from TCB's like one wheel thing that he had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Mikey's, yeah.
Mikey's.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So like so there's that and then like you were saying with the raffles. So every Tuesday we're just giving away things that people gave us. Like governors gave us
Tickets, yeah.
20 tickets, so we have plenty of days to just contact. And you don't have to be a person that's gone to all of them.
Right.
Because we have seen there's people like just wanted to get as much as possible, and then there's people that are taking.
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's
they're taking their time.
It's
What-
some sort of well, I can't think of it. It's the words escape me.
And then technology keeps like
what the fuck is
I don't
wrong
know. It
with
was a
you,
brain
bro?
fart completely.
so the technology also keeps like improving. So we already have plans of what we're going to do next year and how the token's going to evolve and the amount of times you go to a place and
Yeah.
stuff. So there's a lot of great things that we're getting with feedback and stuff. And then there's meetups like my meetup we had Stephanie come in and do Pirates trivia because it's a whole pirate theme
right.
thing, and you know I offered $6 a pint if you came dressed as a pirate. So like it's a good time. Like I know that Meadworks has got theirs this Wednesday, and they're offering 10% a tab. And I think if you buy a 4-pack, you get something else if you're a member. So
Yeah. So everyone gets kind of pick and choose kind of what they
yeah,
want
like
to do.
it's up to them
individually.
how much they want to go. The first thing is that you're going to give away a flight. You know, so you only have to go. We worked it out to like 12 breweries. You only have to go to 12 breweries, and you've paid for the membership.
Yeah.
Because you know flights aren't cheap anymore.
No.
Like,
And
Yeah.
well, once you've had that much beer, I mean, that's right away what you're going to be investing back into it.
Right.
Yeah. Have you what have you guys seen like the people that come? They're hanging out.
I mean, early on, I want to say, because you had a lot of people who were like, we're trying to knock
Race.
them all out. We're for the race, which is something we're going to adjust.
We're
going
gonna
to
adjust.
Future.
Competition is what the word I
or
was
it's-
looking for, by
it's
the way.
more like-
I'm just
One-
throwing it
There
out
you go.
there. It was
Yeah, yeah,
competition.
yeah.
It was a simple word. not
Achievements.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a leaderboard next
Doing
year.
it
That's
first,
cool.
doing it first, not necessarily the greatest idea.
Right.
But you know, we live and we learn.
Yeah.
But so early on, I would say we had a lot of people who were like coming in, get the flight, and
Peace.
you know,
Peace
see
out.
you guys later. But now that it's gone on,
Yeah.
we definitely have people who are coming for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
which you know, as a brewery that's been open for almost 5 years now,
Yeah.
is awesome.
It's massive.
And they're staying and they're ordering more and they're taking a go, that's the
Right.
goal for everybody.
Larry.
Yeah, they're
seen
definitely
that?
staying.
Yeah. Have you seen even with Spider Rat being older than us two? Have the people been like, I didn't know you even existed?
Yeah, I have people down the road that say that after
Yeah.
12 years.
Still.
They're like,
Oh, so it's not just
12
me.
years ago.
Like, oh man,
But-
Yelp didn't.
No, we had three people came in together, and they're like, "Oh, we just bought this like this morning, and you're our first stop," and they were never. by
They were
us.
never there.
No.
Yeah. So I think that's great. I think it's almost like we've created like a better Groupon for the.
I was just going to say that it's a take on Groupon, but better.
Yeah, except the
Because-
money. The
And we're
money
not
is
calling
not
anybody.
going. Yeah.
And how many times when people will come into your place with a Groupon, you go, "Fuck, God,
Yeah.
fuckers."
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, here's a reminder to everybody: tip your bartender. But it is helping us all along because it's also money. You know, it's raising money for the guild, and it's getting people to know these places that they've been wanting to go and maybe didn't even know. Like, how do you not know Spider Bite after 12 years? But there's people who don't know Spider Bite and live right down the block. I mean, I still have people Lithology like, I live in Farmingdale all my life. Like, you weren't here before Meatball. I'm like, oh, it definitely was. Like, so it drives you crazy.
Yeah.
But like, that's what you still need to constantly market. So
Right.
we're just
Sure.
trying to help the members market, and you didn't have to be in it. There's like what we said, 40 members,
Right.
so not everybody is
Sure.
is in it. There's also some people that we weren't sure how big this was going to be. So like,
Right.
could small guys handle that many people rushing in?
Right.
But we're seeing, we're learning as it goes. It's not 100 people coming in all at once. It's a good crowd that's like you're able to manage.
That's cool.
And you might even get like a group. It's like, 2 couples come in, one guy has it.
Right.
It does it,
Yeah, which is
works
great
out that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he brought
Now,
somebody.
Well,
Right.
what's great with that, which wasn't great with Groupon, was somebody be like, "Oh yeah, I got a Groupon," and then they're sitting right next to them and they fucking do
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right now, if they do it, okay,
Yep.
awesome. You're fucking now a member, and now you could go
Yeah.
spread the wealth.
absolutely.
And,
Yeah. So we know, like, if they're gonna spend $150, at least it went to helping the guild and the
Sure.
members, and we now know like our friends are gonna have visits.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like some people wait for their meetups, some people don't.
Okay.
Our meetup was a good crowd, but some of the people that were there had been there already.
How long before do you announce the meetups? Like
Usually
weeks?
usually the Monday before, but if on the Discord it has like the list of when the meetups are, so people could kind of plan
Oh, okay.
when they want to what meetup they want to go to, and then I get an email sent to me saying like, oh, this is what I'm offering, so that I could like send out the email to the members of what is happening
Cool.
at that meetup. So yeah.
All right, so give us the wow, I just punched in too hard. Sorry. Give us the big get. How do people get these memberships? Where do they go? Can they go to a local brewery and just buy it right there?
Yes, so you go to longislandbrewersguild.org. Right away, there's going to be like join the hunt, and you can just hit that. There's a pop-up that I've set up for that. At each brewery that's a part of this has a QR code that you can just go and
Right at the
scan.
brewery.
Yeah, right on the
Yeah.
wall.
On the wall.
You
or,
go to
on the bar,
Instagram right now. Go to follow Long Island Brewers Guild.
which you should do anyway.
Yeah, might as well.
And there's join the hunt button. Hit that, and you could just join the hunt, and you're off to the races right there.
You guys are doing God's work. Let me just tell you. For it's not just for you guys and the local breweries on Long Island, but just for the community itself and for the craft. I guess a general audience that wants to come and explore new things. Again, something new is always something that works.
Yeah.
And as much as you can probably do this year after year, we're going to go back to what we said earlier in the show, that there's going to be some sort of fatigue.
Yeah, so
And
that's
so
why
we
we're-
got to reinvent it and continue, evolving it throughout time.
So we're already thinking about that, and that's why we're talking to the technology company that's doing this to come up with evolving tokens, so that it's not just like, well, I already went there once.
Right.
Like, well, like now there's, have you been there 5 times? Have you been there 10
Oh
times?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And like, who's the captain of the ship? Kind of thing. So like that's all coming. That's already
First
in the
mate
plan.
status.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
and there's gonna be a leaderboard. So like and Ken said like this time we said first to win. Next year will be like a sweepstakes. So we get
Right.
more
If
people.
you finish it all, you're entered in the
In the sweepstakes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then, like-
it isn't that first psychopath that spent his whole day driving everywhere.
Well, I hope he wasn't driving.
He was
or
a-
she
yeah.
wasn't driving. He or she wasn't
It
driving.
was a teacher who literally got out of
Yeah,
school
I
on
said, I was like,
June
someone's not
28th.
working.
Yeah, and spent the first 4 weeks just hitting every brewery known to man.
But I'm thinking of it as like a massive tasting event that you're going to. It's an event. Think about it, like you're going to all these places tasting,
Yep.
but you're taking your time doing it. Like
Speaking of events, give me the promotion for the Lindenhurst
I'll let
September
Larry do that
10th.
one.
September 10th at
Lindenhurst Town
1
Square.
Lindenhurst Town Square. I think it
Is
won.
it at 1? No, I think it's at 2.
12.
12?
No. Is it?
It's 12 to 4.
12 to 4.
Thank
We'll
you,
We
be
have
Ken.
a hard
Thank
out
you,
at
Ken.
5.
Good job, Larry.
It starts when it
$20
starts.
to get in. First 300 people get a
Tote
Long
bag.
Island tote bag.
Yeah.
We'll have T-shirts available. There will be 20 breweries there. You'll be able to sample. You'll be able to buy. Fill your tote bag.
Key, buy.
Major key.
And if you're a member, we're gonna have a special event token, and then you get to
I was
be
going to see,
put
is that
into
like a Pokemon,
raffle.
like a special
You're gonna
Pokemon
get-
you're getting?
Exactly.
As you show up, yes, exactly.
Charizard
special
with
event
a hollow
token,
card.
and by you being there, you're going to get into a raffle.
Hope it's
Where
Squirtle.
you get a whole case of beer from every brewery, like one beer from each brewery that's at the event.
Oh, that's
20
cool.
beers total.
But you have to stay till the end of the event too.
And now they're selling beer there, right? You can buy 4
Yeah,
packs and
right. Yeah.
everything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
so we're gonna do
fantastic.
that.
That's what we call our brewers market.
Yeah.
And
We're
this
not selling
way,
corn.
you know, there definitely were people last year that were Nassau or, you know, further west
Yeah.
that don't make it out. So,
So,
Yeah,
There's-
get people to come out. Like we said with the LIRR, the train station's right
Right
there.
there.
Don't have to go too far.
Yep.
Gentlemen, I really appreciate you coming in tonight and
Yeah.
promoting LI
Yeah,
Brewers Guild.
follow the Long Island Brewers Guild on Instagram. That kind of
That's the
we're going to
key,
be
yeah.
doing more events after
Right.
the idea that so we're going to constantly do more.
And you have
Events.
like the posters for the Lindenhurst event coming up, and you guys put out all
That's
the
all Ken.
the major.
Yeah, that's
hey, look at
I'm
you.
the graphic designer.
I'm the
Yeah.
yeah.
He's the one that
I do
redid the
things.
logo.
I did the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
It reminds me, I actually, believe it or not, so this student leadership organization that I am the second in charge in New York State, and also sit on the board. We voted on a New York State pin this year that was literally that logo. Not
yeah.
what would not the green.
Yeah, the one that looks like a ferment.
No, it wasn't a
silo. Yeah.
The kids would be like, "What is
What is that?
No, but it was fantastic, and I appreciate that artwork. And it's,
Yeah, we're gonna finally have shirts to sell
With
with
that
that
on
on it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And the tote bags will have that on it as
Yeah,
well.
Taking
right?
no royalties.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the membership, when you finish all,
Yeah.
you get a T-shirt mailed to you.
Oh, you do. Oh,
With
so
the,
there's a and
Yeah, you
end
do get your
game to it.
T-shirt. Yeah, so there is.
yeah.
Even if you didn't get the grand prize, you still get
Something out of it.
out
Yeah.
of
At least
yeah.
I got
And
this
all the
T-shirt.
beer. Yeah.
Yeah, and it actually says that like I joined the guild and at least I got this T-shirt. All I
Does-
got was the stinking T-shirt. No, that would be funny. But
Would be great.
Next year.
next year, that's
This is the Word with Mike P and SteveGovsRadio.com. Check out Long Island Brewers Guild on Instagram, and of course all the happenings in the next few weeks, few months, and throughout the years, because you guys are going to continue on with this as time goes on, and excited to see what you guys have planned for next year too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Be a fun time.
yeah.
Ken,
Yeah.
Larry, Manny, thank you very much for being on the show. And again, just quickly promote your respective breweries.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Secatogue Brewing Company, West Islip, New York. Come on down. We have fun.
There you go.
Yeah, beer.
Spider Bite, we're in Holbrook.
Drink the
Open
beer.
Wednesday through Sunday.
Drink the beer.
Lithology Brewing Company in Farmingdale, right on Main Street. Come to our Daletoberfest, September 23rd.
Ooh, the Daletoberfest. I like it. This is the Word Mike Pete, SteveGovsRadio.com. Thanks a lot for everyone joining in tonight. Of course, we were live on YouTube tonight, not on Facebook, but we'll pop ourselves up there at
happens.
one point.
What happened?
And then we'll share it. Facebook sucks balls. So, fuck Facebook.
To put it
Bluntly.
lightly.
Lightly. Yeah, well. Really appreciate everyone for joining on the Instagram Live as well tonight. A lot of people checking in and a lot of new follows on the YouTube and on the Instagram. So appreciate everyone for doing that. And
Man, it's
what?
been a
you get a
while
phone
since we
call?
got back.
Yeah, I'm a little rusty. I'm going to be honest
Yeah,
with you. I felt a little not uncomfortable, but just like not on point like we
Not
were when we were
good.
just racking out fucking show after show after show. But it
we're
was good.
back.
We have we're back, bitches. Something before we get out of here, Steven.
Yeah, if you don't drink Long Island craft beer, you suck.
All right, so we're Mike Pete and SteveGovsRadio.com. Where was Pete tonight?
Wasn't he at fucking Jello wrestling?
That's what it was. I thought
He
it
was
was
a referee or something.
Yeah, he was doing some sort of topless Jello wrestling reffing. Yeah. He gets paid a lot for that.
He
though.
does. Because he's like one of the top refs.
You know, I tried to get in on that guild, and
can't.
there's no way, dude.
No, sir.
No way. All right, thanks a lot for everyone joining in, and we out.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me?
Please hang up and try again.
This has been the Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.